his ankles. Now he's got an entourage, and he's got a touchdown.
The impossible dream of a play. Madden is on the field. He wants to know if it's real. They said yes. Get your big butt out of here.
Whoa, he has trouble with the snap, and the ball is free. It's picked up by Michigan State's Jalen Watts Jackson, and he scores on the last play of the game.
There, he's got it. End zone. Touchdown, Titans. There are no flags on the field. It's a miracle.
It's a miracle. Welcome.
Miracle. That is right. That is right. It is a miracle out here, bro. It's another Sunday. Welcome to the Football Frame of Mind weekly show. We do this every Sunday. Y'all know the drill.
You know the deal.
You know the deal, man. Football season's back, man. Game-winning kicks already. You know, obviously the big dogs ain't start playing yet, but it's back, man. People playing meaningful football, man. So before we get started, man, how you doing?
College football is back. No more of the offseason. No more of that. The offseason is dead, and we are locked, loaded, and ready to go until May of next year, brother. So you are here for all of your football needs. College football, NFL, man. But before you go any further, man, if you like these weekly shows, if you like college football, if you like NFL football, smash the like button. It helps with the algorithm, and it gets it to all those amazing people just like you guys who like this kind of concept. Now that we're in football season, you'll be getting not daily. Well, obviously, you're still going to get daily content regardless, but you're going to be getting weekly reactions to scores. You're going to be getting weekly predictions to scores. The more we get into it, all these crazy storylines going on, we're going to be giving our takes on them. There's going to be so much going on. And the further we get along, the more intense it is, the crazier the storylines get, man. It's going to be crazy. And we're going to see the further we get along, we're going to go back to our picks before the season, see if we've lined up, see if we know any of what we're talking about. It's going to be great. And then when the playoffs start, whether it be NFL or college football, man, we're going to be here. And we're going to have some live streams along the way. LSU Bama will be a live stream. And maybe if there's like another high stakes game that's really important, we'll live stream that. We'll get you guys our live reaction to that. But like I said, like the video, follow, subscribe, check out every platform at the bottom. You can be watching on YouTube. We're on TikTok, X, Twitch, Facebook. Now, if you like these kind of weekly shows and you don't have the time to necessarily watch them, we got you covered, man. Spotify, Apple, Amazon, we're across all platforms. We have daily uploads as in shorts. We have polls, game streams, discussions, pretty much anything to cover your needs. If you want a main provider for all of your football needs, you are in the right place. Smash the like button, follow, subscribe, and be along for the ride, man. You won't regret it.
What's good, Charles?
Charles McDarles,
man. But yeah, man. So we'll get into this thing, man. Let's get into this thing, man. Hopefully this thing act right today. It look like it's trying to. All right. So y'all see the numbers, man. So trying a new chart or metric or something. Tried it last week, did pretty good. So we'll give a big shout out to our new viewers. You want to talk about, happy you guys are with us, right? Stick around. We got a lot of stuff for you. Casual viewers, right? Ones that just pass through all the content. Don't really have no favorite, but just showing love, right? Appreciate that, man. But our regular viewers, the ones that's on everything, the shorts, the long content, the live, the games, the posts, all of that. We appreciate all of y'all. So we want to take these casual people and make them into regular people. We want to take these new viewers and make them into regulars, right?
Fresh meat.
Keep that going, right? So y'all know the drill. Check us out. We're gonna do this every Sunday, so y'all check it out. All right. And what we doing, you about to find out. Stay tuned, man. We ain't gonna spoil it for you. You gotta sit here and watch.
Get your popcorn, your drinks ready, push your seat up, and let's roll.
Yes, sir. All right, here we go. Let's get into it. We on that NFL stuff today, man. So NFL not gonna be that long, but We got stuff to talk about though. Got stuff to talk about. All right, so there's some interesting preseason storylines, man. Right, so preseason is almost like on the job training, right? You sit here. We gonna get to that. We gonna get to that. We gonna get to that. We gonna get to that.
Kermit solos.
Yeah, Kermit solos. Yeah, I like it. I like it. I like it. Yeah, but nonetheless, man, preseason is all basically to me. It's always been on the job training, right? You either get it or you get cut, depending on your contract. If you are a draft pick, depending on where you were drafted, your spot's pretty secure, right? But don't get it twisted. You'll be fighting an uphill battle all season if you start fucking up in the preseason. All right. We've seen it. We've seen people never recover from that first bad preseason or training camp. We've seen it. You get buried in a depth chart, coaches not really messing with you, right? We've seen it, especially if you're in a situation where the ownership wanted said player, but coaching staff didn't want it, right? So we've seen it to where they don't even give them the benefit of the doubt sometimes, right? One bad move, one fumble, one interception, and you're already like, oh, see what I told you? We didn't want him anyway, right? But remember one thing, people, all these prospective players, kids out there that are on that path to the pro game, remember this. You might be there longer than the coaching staff. So always stay on the job, stay ready because coaches go out there just like that, you know. But if you can play, guess what? Don't matter who the regime is, you gonna have a job. So stay ready, stay in the moment. Don't worry about it. Oh man, coach ain't playing me. Stay ready, stay working because you never know when your moment's gonna come. All right. So, but let's get into some of these storylines, right? So we can either start off with the Sanders brothers, right, and their whole thing, but I think we'll save that for last, man. But let's get into the Dolphins, right? Ollie Gordon, right? I think we last year was like Dope Walker Award winner. Nah,
That didn't work out.
nah, didn't even work out for the Cowboys. Oklahoma State was horrible last season, right? One of the worst seasons they had in my lifetime that Mike Gundy's been there. They ain't never been that bad. They couldn't do shit right. They could win 8 games, but them 8 wins will be the most exciting games of the year because
Can't get right.
somebody throwing for 500 yards, couple touchdowns, perfect, right? Didn't work out. But Ollie Gordon obviously slipped in the draft because of that. But one thing you can't deny, he is a talented running back, right? Obviously, he has to learn how to pass block and things like that. But running the ball has never been an issue for him. And the fact that the Dolphins really need to at least try to make the playoffs this year, or it's going to be some changes going around. They got A-Chain, they got him. Maybe that'll keep Tua healthy if you can run the ball. Maybe. What you think?
Miami is just in a precarious. I don't really have any expectations for him, so we really don't even know what we're going to get with them. To be honest with you, I feel like their run game is going to take a step back. Not having Raheem Mostert, I think that was a big deal. I think he was the locomotive that really helped that offense move, especially in the pass game too. I'm not saying A-Chain's not bad because he's not bad. I'm not saying he's bad. And Ollie Gordon could be good, but I think we underestimate how pivotal that Raheem Mostert was for them, especially with Tua's health up in the air. It feels like every single week. I don't know, man. Miami's in a weird spot, and depending on how this season goes, I don't necessarily think Mike McDaniel gets fired, but I will say that if it doesn't go the way that they want it to go, like you said, I think it's going to be a revolving door for a couple of people. Like, there are going to be some changes because there's no excuse. Like,
No.
obviously, Tua's health, yes, but team's got a lot of talent. They've just signed a few other guys in free agency, but they just signed Matthew Judon. That was a huge freaking sign for them. Yeah, freaking, I wish he would have came back, unfortunately.
Me
But
too. Oh my
yeah,
God.
but they're kind of in I don't know. They could finish anywhere from second to last, like from second in the East to last in the East, depending on how the dominoes fall for them. Best case scenario, they can finish second and probably make the playoffs as a wild card, and then
Come right back. My bad.
yeah, you're good. Next case scenario, everything could just go completely off of the rails, and this team could be in a bad spot. I don't. He's got a bit more faith in Miami than I do, especially with Tua's health being in the air, man. If he gets knocked out one more good time, that's done. Now you're out of a franchise quarterback, but it's kind of up in the air for them. You know, we'll see what happens, but I don't really have high aspirations for them.
Well, I mean, I think the Dolphins, like I said, they're in a weird spot, man. Now finishing last, I don't think so.
No, I think it's worst case scenario. I think they finish
worst case
third. My
scenario.
personal opinion, I think they can finish. I think they'll probably finish third because there's too many like unchecked variables. I think New England can jump them because I don't feel like they have as many question marks.
Man, I don't know, man.
And that's biased aside. Like I just feel like there's a lot like predicating on Tua's health, and I just don't know.
Yeah.
Like I just feel like that team underachieves more times than not.
Yeah, but
I think that comes down to coaching.
My thing is, I think the Dolphins just have too much talent, right? And even with all that talent, they still won like 8 games.
Yeah.
And if Tua is healthy, they could easily. Nah, I'm not gonna say double that because that would be undefeated, right? But I could easily see them getting at least +4 in the win total, right?
They won't win the division though.
Yeah, they could win some, but I think the Bills are just that good.
Yeah, the Bills got this division on lock.
So I don't think they're gonna do that much. But I do think that the fact that you added Ollie Gordon, right, takes it gives a good balance in the running back room. Yeah, most hurt was good, right? But having 2 guys is at this particular point of the league is better than having one. Unless you're Saquon Barkley or something like that, right? That level of running back, you can't tote it like that. What's good?
Going on?
What's good? Wendy, what up? What up?
What's going on?
And then yeah, maybe we'll see. Right? But another, we keep it in the state of Florida, right? Right? Emeka Egbuka, right? There is an opportunity for him to be the number 2 receiver headed into the season because Chris Godwin is hurt.
Yeah.
And I want to say they got another receiver that's hurt too. So he got a chance, and he's been balling out in his preseason, right? So he's got a shot to be the number 2 guy behind Mike Evans, right? And so far, he's looked real good. Obviously, he's kind of the more unheralded guy coming out of Ohio State, right? You got Marvin Harrison Jr., you got the Jackson Smith and Jigbas, right? You got all these superstar receivers, right, that come out. But you didn't really hear that much about Emeka like that. Like
nobody thought he was going to get drafted that high either.
Yeah, like he wasn't necessarily like heralded like that, right? But 19, that's a steal for a number 2 receiver, right? And the fact is that he's going to have an opportunity to show out, right? He's going to have it. And you got a quarterback that's going to give you a chance to do it. That works out, man.
Tampa's in a really good spot.
Yes.
Tampa's in a really good spot. Like, they're definitely a dark horse to go on a run, in my opinion.
Yeah, I like them. I like their balance. I like what they got on defense, right? I like a lot of stuff they got going on, So, but then we get into like kind of, I guess you say, the biggest news except for Trey Hendrickson and his whole contract dispute. Daniel Jones is a starting quarterback for the Colts, man.
It's been a
Okay.
roller coaster since Andrew Luck.
Yeah, like I mean, you go from Matt Ryan, Jacoby Brissett, Phillip
Philip
Rivers,
Rivers,
Carson Wentz,
Sam Ellinger,
Sam Ellinger, like who else was in there, man? Anthony
Richardson,
Richardson,
Joe
yeah,
Flacco.
Joe Flacco. Like there has been an up and down fuck fest, basically, at quarterback position for the Colts, man. And it just seems like they have an issue, right? But I told you on this show privately that if Anthony Richardson misses any reps in the training camp process, right, he is not going to win the job. I'm sorry.
I
Like
just
you can't be in a quarterback competition and not playing well going into said
and,
competition.
and the coach isn't in a comparable spot right now, so he can't afford to like let Richardson hang on. Like this is a really unfavorable spot for him because Indianapolis, like I didn't think they were really going to pull the trigger on Jones. I didn't think they were really going to do it. Now that they've done it, it's like, okay, well, where do you draw the line in the sand? Like, do you try to ship him out at some point? Like, are you going to try to give him the keys at some point? Daniel Jones starts to struggle. Like, being that Steichen is kind of on the hot seat, like he's got to go with whatever hand's hot right now because if they start out bad, like through their first 5 or 6 games, if they're like only 2 wins or less, he's getting shipped out of town. I don't think he's a bad coach. I think he's a good offensive mind, but you know, it's not setting up to be a good situation for Richardson. So when I seen the news break, I wasn't surprised, but I was surprised. Like, man, like, okay, well, you went out and you drafted a freaking weapon for him. You kind of tried to make the offense better and easier. And I guess Daniel Jones just gives you the chance to get more wins right off the bat. So, I mean, it was a crazy thing, but it's definitely not shaping out to be a good situation for Richardson, in my opinion.
Nah, but I mean, look, I like I said earlier on the show, man. Daniel Jones is a playoff quarterback. You can't take it from him. They did make the playoffs in New York, regardless of how you feel about Daniel Jones, right? He did make the playoffs, right? And they looked pretty good. He looked pretty good, right? And he looked so good that they made a decision to pay him over Saquon Barkley. That's how good it looked, right? Now, in hindsight, being 2020, guess what? Probably a bad choice. But Daniel Jones could have easily said, "Man, fuck football. I'm getting paid every day." But he kept on fighting, and he got a job, and now he's starting quarterback, right? In a division that is interesting. Not like,
No,
they
it's
can
not
win it.
gettable. It's not gettable.
What you mean it's not gettable?
Not for the Colts.
Not
I
for the
think
Colts. Not for the Colts.
I think
But they can
Houston's the obvious
definitely
favorite. They can win some games, but
they
they're
can
not a
win some
playoff.
games. Yeah. They
They're
won't
not a
be
playoff team though.
they won't be terrible.
They'll be
Like
lucky to get 500.
yeah, but they won't be like
No,
3
they
and
won't. No,
14.
I put them in like the 5 to 7 win range.
Yeah, I do that too.
7 being the high.
That's fine. I take 7. With Daniel Jones at quarterback, I'll take 7.
That I'm just concerned though. Like if he struggles, like man, this team is in bad shape
Well, I mean,
because
yeah, because
you
you
can't
can't just.
rely on that at that point.
I
He gonna
mean,
be
but
like,
that's
I'm
the
with
whole
blue.
thing, right? Like,
It's
see,
not a good
you
look.
mentioned something very important, right? You mentioned that the coach is not in a position to really negotiate, right?
Mhm.
Ursay passes away, so now his daughters are in charge of the team, right? So they're not even in a position to really fuck around and find out that Richardson can play or not. They like, look,
Time's not on your side.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? And when I told you that he can't miss any reps, like Daniel Jones he can't do more with his reps than you. Meaning you can't sit there and struggle and then get hurt or whatever and miss all this time because he's going to play, right?
Yep. You out there
Because
making rap videos.
yeah, Yeah, exactly. But my point is that Daniel Jones is one of those guys that you root for in a sense because he was just kind of thrown into a situation
It's the
that
same
I
thing
don't
with
think
Minshew. It's
that
kind of like a
like
Minshew situation.
not even
Kind of
Minshew
though.
level. Not even Minshew level. Because I was thinking that he was thrown into a situation where he wasn't even slotted to be drafted that high. You
Mm-hmm.
know? I'm like, shit, I'm just, I'm a good quarterback. Obviously, people thought that. But you can't sit here and say that Daniel Jones was going top 10 in the draft. I didn't see that.
He was in that. He was in that Mitch Trubisky kind of thing.
Yeah.
Same kind of song and dance.
So I mean, it's like, yo, and my thing is that's actually a pretty good comparison because Mitchell Trubisky, if you look at the numbers, wasn't that bad.
Yeah, but
But
you didn't have a big sample size either.
but when you compare it to the other quarterbacks drafted, it seems like a mistake. But Daniel Jones and Mitchell Trubisky are what? Playoff quarterbacks because they did take their team to the playoffs. So it's like he can play. You just got to put something around him. So I don't know, but that was an interesting storyline too. But since we're talking about running the football, let's talk about the Seahawks, man.
So good
Seahawks,
you had
man.
to put him twice, huh?
Huh?
So good you had to put him twice, huh?
What you mean?
They're twice on the screen.
Oh shit. Whatever. I didn't see that part. Whatever. I can fix that. I can fix that. I can fix that.
You ain't gotta fix it now. We
I can
already
fix
here.
that. No. Hold on. I'm
He
trying. I'm
going to
trying to
click
fix it.
one thing and the whole slide's gonna go away.
Yeah, it's gonna go away.
It's like, well, no presentation now, so
Now you only see it once because you see me.
I forgot that
nah,
was in
but but yeah though. But those two guys, Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet, are gonna be very, very important with the Seahawks, man. They made some moves. Obviously, you picked up Cooper Cup, you pick up DeMarcus Lawrence, but you also pick up Sam Darnold, right? So historically, football has always told us that a quarterback's best friend is a running game, right? Why not have two guys that can really tote that pill? So they're gonna need it because that division is gettable. Yeah, the Rams are good. 49ers are good. Seahawks are good. And the Cardinals are pretty good. They made some moves. So they're looking to take another step
the
forward.
West will be better.
Huh?
The West will definitely be better.
Oh yeah, the West will be better than like the other divisions who are like top heavy, right? I
Mm-hmm.
think all four of them teams could probably win the division, right? It just depends on how good like the Cardinals are collectively. Because they got like individual pieces that are really good, right? Like Kyler Murray, I think is pretty good. If you
Buda
just
Baker.
if you just let them, just let them ball out, like fuck it, let's create, let's do something different, right? But they got Marvin Harrison Jr. and you gotta see how he can do. He picked up a lot of weight this offseason, man. Like he got big, like almost like remember David Boston when he went to the Chargers? How like super big he got? Like, yo, I don't know. I don't know. Like, because if you were naturally that size, right? Like naturally yoked, then it
I
would be
mean,
okay.
but I mean, I don't think it's bad though, because I mean, Calvin Johnson wasn't like ripped, but Calvin Johnson was a bigger guy, like taller guy, and he was muscular. So I mean, if anything, it'll really help him being that possession guy. I think it'll help him like get
Yeah,
off of. I mean, I don't think it hurts him. I just want to see how like what's it gonna do to his speed? So I thought he's got pretty decent speed.
yeah. But like for Calvin though, Calvin was like already big though. Like he was already
Yeah,
230.
yeah.
So like you can't hurt anything by adding more to it. Honestly, for him, it would have been worse to lose it because now you lose that physicality. But for Harrison, I was just thinking like you add all of that size, and it's just like, doesn't that slow you down a little bit when you're naturally not that big to begin with?
Or
Right?
maybe he changes his style a bit too. You never know.
Yeah, and then he becomes what, like 100 catch kind of person, like intermediate instead of deep
Yeah.
ball or something
Well,
like
yeah.
that.
I mean, I think he could still be deep, but yeah, more of like attack in the middle of the field and stuff more.
Yeah, okay.
Not stretching, but I mean
I mean,
that's just a perspective. I mean, that's not necessarily what's going to happen, but that's what I think of when I see that.
all right, no, that's fair, that's fair. All right, so then we
But
get
then
into Henderson, right? Travion Henderson. Obviously, I think y'all drafted him to be the number one guy. Like, I don't think that's undisputed. Y'all
no,
spent a
that's
lot
a
of money, and talking about the Patriots, by the way, but for our audio listeners, um, Patriots spent a lot of money. One position they didn't spend money on is running back. I believe Rondell Moore?
Ramondre Stevenson.
There we go. There we go. There we go. I don't know why I thought about Rondell Moore. I'm thinking about that Purdue game he had against Ohio State where he was like really good. But Henderson is also good, and he's your number one running back, right? So you're having a good preseason, man. Looks real
I thought he
good.
looked good.
Yeah, I think he looked fresh. I think last season sharing carries with Judkins actually might have helped him a lot.
Well, yeah, because
Like
he didn't
going
have to touch the ball nearly as much.
exactly. So I think he's got a lot more tread on his tires than probably if he was just the only guy there. So it works out, you know. So how you feel about Henderson?
I like it. I think you needed I like Ramondre, I really do, but I think you needed. I think Henderson can be that next guy to really take that step. I mean, we haven't had like the last time you had a running back, and it's not even about having 1,000 yards. The Patriots in the last 20 years or so haven't really had many guys that go for 1,000 because we don't use them like that. When you think of guys who go for 1,000, you think of maybe Corey Dillon, you think of guys like LeGarrette Blunt, you think of maybe Stephen Ridley for a year or so. But for the most part, we utilize them in the pass game a lot more, and we use a couple of them. And I think he's a good ball catcher, but I think he could be a guy who could be, getting a lot of carries. And I think that would really help alleviate things off of May too, because now the offense is more balanced. I can hand the ball off. It opens up my play action game. I can stretch the field. May's got a good arm. He makes good decisions. He keeps you in the game. Now you have a guy who can really like alleviate that. He can run the ball. He can catch the ball. I think all it does is help you. And I mean, right now that he's a rookie, it helps that you have a guy that has experience in Stevenson, so you can kind of split carries and just kind of, keep the defense guessing of what you're going to do. But I like it. I like what I've seen.
All right, man. So speaking of liking what you see, right? I don't like what I see from the Browns, right? I don't.
That's gross.
I don't like what
Gross.
I see. I don't like I don't like what I see from the Bucks either, right? So yeah, there's this graphic going around that Shadur Shiloh wasn't like playing that well, right?
I
But
thought he
my
was playing
thing,
pretty good.
but yeah, I thought so too. I thought he was playing like even though his stats weren't the best in
He
terms
was
of
a presence.
yeah, like he obviously his pass coverage was the issue, which is why he didn't get drafted, right? He just didn't look good in pass coverage. But you know what he looked good at? Hitting people.
But we all know they freaking cut him because of that stupid thing that happened yesterday. That
Yeah.
freaking skirmish. And he wasn't even the one who seemed to have instigated it. Now, should he have done it? No. But I think that was dumb. Like, I would have kept him. I like his physicality. I like how he's scrappy. You can work on the fundamentals and stuff. You have other good guys
Yeah.
in the secondary who can really, help him develop. I would love
Yeah.
him. I would love us to go get him. I think him being like working with Christian Gonzalez and like Carlton Davis and them, I think that would be a really good fit. If
Yeah.
I'm New England or if I'm somebody who could use cornerback depth, I'd go get him. I wouldn't have a problem with
Yeah.
that at all.
Yeah, man. And like I said, I thought I'm like, yo, look, a guy that go down there hitting people, that screams special teams to me. Stick him as a gunner.
Those are important too.
Yeah, stick him as a gunner. Stick him somewhere on kickoff return. Let him earn his keep, right? Don't just cut him because of a skirmish, man. They was just doing that in the open practices. The joint practices. They be fighting all the time.
Oh, that's
And,
a
you know,
yearly
and,
thing.
and you don't cut people for that. But because it's in the game and he ain't really started, y'all
And
gonna
it's his
cut him?
and it's his name too. I think that has something to do with it,
I think so
unfortunately.
too. I mean, look, I be having to not say stuff because I don't want to get like banned on Facebook for bullying.
But we can be honest. I mean, and if you're gonna get into them, the situation that Shadur was in yesterday was horrible. They weren't protecting him at all. Took
Bro.
5 sacks, and it felt like every time I seen him drop back or take a snap, he was immediately either having to climb in the pocket or make a move instantaneous. Like I've seen a couple plays where he takes a snap, he climbs in the pocket, he has to scoot to the right, scoot to the left, take a couple steps back. And I'm just like, man, like I'm not putting them in a favorable spot. And then I was like, oh, Gabriel comes in and throws a touchdown. I'm just like, oh, come on, dude. Like what are we doing? Like we know what the deal is. Like, what are we doing, Cleveland?
Yeah,
Like,
man. Like, and the whole situation it was ugly to begin with, right? I'm like, y'all is tripping. It's not that many quarterbacks that was better than Shadur Sanders, all right? Come on, man. It's dudes that got like I want to say Jalen Milroe went before him.
Jalen Milroe went before him. Tyler Shuck went before him.
Mhm.
Will Howard went before. And don't get me wrong, Will Howard's a national championship winning quarterback. I'll give you that. But like there were a handful of guys like Dylan Gabriel, which I like Dylan Gabriel, but I wouldn't have drafted him over Shador, nor would I have drafted both of them, which made no sense. And then you freaking
Yeah.
sign Kenny Pickett to a decent contract, and then you bring Joe Flacco in, which is the only signing out of the four that made the most sense.
Yeah,
Because
because you knew you weren't gonna have Deshaun Watson for a good chunk of the season, if any at all.
me
And
personally,
then
yeah,
and then you
I
got
would have.
Dylan Gabriel who might not even have a 4-year career, right?
I
Like
just, I
I
would
don't
have,
get it. I
I
don't
would have
get it.
signed, I would have signed Flacco, and then just drafted Shador
And
Sanders and
left it
called it
at
a day.
that. And I would have
And then you could have just brought another guy in for like how you brought Huntley in for a little while and then you cut him, did something like that. I wouldn't have
yeah.
signed Pickett, and I wouldn't have drafted two freaking quarterbacks. Like, what are we doing, Cleveland? Like, who is making the calls? Who is making the like? What are we doing, bro? Like,
Yeah, and it's
no,
like it's like the whole thing, right? Where you make a decision, right? And everybody says, "Oh, there's not collusion in the NFL." Yes, there is.
well, you seen the stuff that came out with Eric Dickerson. Eric
Yeah,
Dickerson came out and he's like, "Hey, like they're telling teams to pass on him because they're trying to make, and the NFL does that. We've seen it with New Orleans and Bountygate, how they freaking laid the law down when they knew other teams were doing the same thing. The NFL does that kind of thing all the time. And in that situation, and even in this situation, it wasn't necessary. But decision making like this from Cleveland is the reason that Cleveland has not been relevant since before they were taken out of the league to start with.
yeah,
There's a reason why this
yeah.
franchise has been so dysfunctional for 25 plus years. We've been in rebuild mode since 1999 because you got freaking idiots in here making the decisions. Like, yeah, you look at the beginning of the draft and it's like, oh man, they're knocking it out of the park. They're like round 4. And I'm like, okay, they take Dylan Gabriel. Okay. I'm like,
Right?
I'm like, okay, like I'm questioning, but I'm like, you know what, whatever. And then they take him, and I'm like, okay, so we're going back to this again. So with everything in me, I just wish you could just get one competent person in that organization that can make decisions,
You
because I
know,
promise you it makes so much of a difference. This is insane.
and not to like go on a super tangent because we got some like stuff to like talk about, but when I think about what Shador Sanders is really going through, right? I think about it in the era before. Remember when Warren Moon came into the league and he just played quarterback, right? And people was like, "Oh, you should try a different position," right? And he left the NFL on the table and went to Canada.
Yeah, he balled out.
I feel like Shador should do that. I would. I don't know how he would do that since he just signed his contract. But
I mean,
I would go play in Canada, right? Ball out, and then go back into the NFL.
I just
I would put some film on, like his college film was good, right? Let's not forget that. He's one of the most accurate passers that we've seen in a while, right? But I think he needed to go somewhere else and do it without his dad, because I feel like there's always that dark
there's a
cloud.
cloud, yeah.
And I don't understand why. Because Deion Sanders made the NFL so much money.
It just, dude, it's one of those
I
things. The
don't get
NFL
it,
wants to
man.
be in complete control, and I'm not opposed to that idea of yours. I just don't know if it transitions the same way it did then. Like I could see him doing it.
Mhm.
I'm just like, man, like you would need everything to line up just perfectly. Like, I don't have any doubt that he'd go into Canada or the UFL and just completely kill it. Like I don't have any doubt about that.
No,
But
I can't do the
well,
UFL.
not the UFL. I'm just saying names, but like I
Yeah.
could see him going anywhere else and doing really well. I just don't know how that looks for him coming back. I just feel like I'm not saying he can't shake it, but I feel like for him to shake this off, he's gonna have to get in there and do something. Like whether it means they lose a couple guys and he's got to get thrusted in there. I feel like if he gets thrusted in there and he can at least show a glimpse or at least a little bit of something, I feel like we can start to shake that narrative and he can actually get a fair shake at it. I just don't get it. It's never made that much sense to me. I mean, we all thought that okay, he slipped out of the first round. It should have been a day like round 2 guy. Didn't happen. I was really disappointed when New Orleans passed on him and took Shuck, and there's nothing wrong with Shuck, but like then you start seeing Milrow going. I'm like, okay, well, Milrow's not in the same conversation. And then I see some of these other guys. I'm like, no, this makes no sense. So I hope he does good, man. But Cleveland, like, it's where quarterbacks go to ruin their careers. It's the same thing with Tennessee when the older players go sign over there and it is like put a fork in them. Like Cleveland is the same thing with quarterbacks, and I hate to see it. I hope there's a way he can at least get in, or Cleveland would just trade him somewhere else where there's no expectation, nothing, and he can kind of just go under the radar, work, and get a shot. That's how I feel like. I wish they would just trade him because I just feel like he's gonna get wasted, or they're gonna diminish what little value he might have.
Yeah, that's why I said, man, I would take my talents to Canada where it's a more wide open. I can
Oh, he
pass
would
the
kill it.
ball.
He would do good
Yeah,
in
that's
Canada.
what I'm saying. I would want him to do that, right?
But
And I think there's because I would want him to be able to just play, because this feels stupid. It feels like, yo, y'all really playing with this dude. You know, like y'all really playing with this dude
I
like
just feel like
future.
they want to make an example. Like I just feel like they're gonna do everything to look. I'm not one for conspiracy theories, and I'm not one for blame, wine. But like this is ridiculous. It really is, and I feel like it would be one of the things where they wouldn't get him out of there. Like they just let him rot, and that's
Yeah,
ugly.
man.
That's
And
ugly.
it's really been an ugly scenario, man. And if you saw that last game, you know that there's something going on behind the scenes. The owner doesn't even want to talk about him. Like the GM is kind of giving you these like, well, we just had a draft pick, so we just picked them vibes, right? And you hear him talk on the sidelines, and it's like, yo, you seen how I played. Why you not? What? You know what I'm saying? Not in like no disrespectful way, but you can tell Shador like, come on, man, you gotta do something. You see these dudes out here, they not even gonna make the team. So why I'm out here with them? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, and Dylan Gabriel gonna say that stuff. I'm like, Dylan Gabriel, now you know why you was drafted before him. You know why? Because they didn't want to draft him anyway. And you know you're not better than Shador. You know you're not. We saw that. That's why you changed school so much. Because you trying to boost your draft stock, He literally leveled up in competition. You know what I'm saying? Like Dylan Gabriel literally just went to the hottest team. And it looked good, but you see what happens when you play a good team, and he looked normal. He looked like where he was supposed to be drafted. But Shador didn't look like that. Shador looked pretty good. Like you can
he was
win
in.
with Shador.
Well, he was in that first round conversation for a reason. Now, I didn't think he should have went like high, like top 3 high, but I
No,
thought for
no.
sure he'd be a first round pick,
Yeah.
and that's
'Cause
why
I'm
there was
like,
so much shock in our community.
you got so many teams that need quarterbacks, bro. That needed quarterbacks. You feel me? The Saints needed a quarterback. Pittsburgh for sure needed a quarterback. Because I actually would have took Shador over
Will
Rodgers
Howard,
anyway.
yeah, over Rodgers, yeah.
Yeah, I would have took him over Rodgers anyway because I'm like, yo,
I mean,
like, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying?
that would have been a situation for Pittsburgh. I would have been okay with them taking Sanders and Howard and just
Yeah,
let them ball, just let them practice, just let them compete. Like, who cares? Like, that makes sense. But for Cleveland to take those two guys plus the room they already had made absolutely no sense.
yeah, man. But let's go ahead. We know what it is, man. But hopefully, Shador can land on his feet and Shiloh. Because I think Shiloh's got some talent as well, man. So hopefully they both can land on their feet. But let's get into some college football stuff, man. Let's get into it, man. Because that's what we dressed for the occasion. So you know what it is. It's the Bama fan and the LSU fan, right? Y'all know what it is, right? So we're gonna run a quick commercial break because we want to add that on there, all right? So I don't remember which one it is, Brandon. I can't find it.
Okay. I got you. Let me see.
I got so many stuff over. There's so much stuff over here, man.
Yeah, I gotta sort through it, and that they changed everything too. Like the format is different. Let's see, game time countdown. Are we on the right? Yeah, we're on the right thing. Dang, and people are like, "Dude, it's taking y'all so long." There we go. All right, let's roll.
All right. We back. Welcome to the Football Frame of Mind Weekly Show, man. If you're just checking us out for the first time, thank you. Welcome. Right? If you're still here from the first hour, 45 minutes, we thank you for sticking around with us. But we about to get into some recaps of college football and some previews of the next week, man. So you see it, college football week 0, right? Some really interesting games, right? So we're gonna react to some of these scores, man. So, Iowa State picks up relatively a pretty big important win because this is a divisional game or conference
Yeah.
game. So this puts them ahead of the 8 ball in terms of the standings, and it turned out to be pretty good. I mean, you can tell it was the first game of the year. Nothing was really crisp. See the quarterback 50%. I expected a little bit more from Avery Johnson though, but nonetheless, pretty good game. I think Iowa State, them being ranked was interesting to say the least. I didn't think that they were that particularly good, but nonetheless, good win. especially when you beat a conference opponent, man. So what you think?
Well, to go ahead and start the year, you start the game. You start the year 1-0. You get a conference win. So you already start the year 1-0 before real conference play. I would push back on Iowa State. Iowa State was a good team last year. They finished the year with like 2 or 3 losses. So I would have had them at the tail end of the 25. Probably would have had them like 23, 24. But I'm surprised Kansas State couldn't put up just a little bit more. He had a really good completion percentage, 21 for 30 for 273 and 2 touchdowns. I was
Oh
kind of
my
hoping to
God.
see a little bit more from the run game. To be honest with you, 51 yards from your lead back. I was kind of hoping to see a little bit more. But it looks like, man, it was back and forth. It was a 7-7 game going into halftime. Iowa State dropped another 17 in the second half, and Kansas State was trying to pull off a comeback at the end, 2 touchdowns in the fourth, man. It just didn't seem like they had enough. So, I mean, I think both of these teams will be good. I think these are 2 of your, like, better teams in the conference outside of, like, Texas Tech and maybe another 1 or 2. But I think these 2 teams will definitely be in the hunt for a Big 12 title, come November, December.
Yeah, and I feel like Iowa State really won this game on the ground, right? I felt like
Mhm.
one team kind of stopped running the ball,
Mhm.
probably because they had to try to come back, right? And it worked, but it felt like Iowa State just sat there and said that they were going to keep believing in their running game. And you
Mhm.
can tell by the amount of carries and the amount of yards, they just stuck with it. And, although, you know, the comeback was on, the fact that you could run the ball consistently allows you to win a game like this, you know?
Yeah. Something that stands out for me, you're looking at the statistics for the audio listeners. Third down wise, both of these teams were bad on third down. But the thing that sticks out the most to me, you look at fourth down efficiency.
Mm.
Going for it on fourth down is already risky. Iowa State, 3 for 3 on fourth down. Major
Mhm.
difference maker. Kansas State, 1 for 4. You're taking those chances. You're not being able to execute like that, and especially in a one possession game, only losing by 3 points. Those downs, like those fourth downs, become very big to me because it's like you took those chances, you couldn't execute. You're giving the ball back to the other team. You're giving them more opportunities. And I think that's another reason they lost.
Yeah, nah, man, I couldn't agree with you more, man. Like that third down is a serious thing, right? But also, if you can run the ball on those fourth down opportunities, it actually helps a lot.
Yeah.
If you can't run, I wouldn't go for it.
And it all depends, like, if it's that close or not, too. Because, like, yeah, it makes sense to go forward on fourth when it's like 4th and 1, 2, or 3. But then we don't know if maybe some of these were a little bit longer situations as well, and they just wanted to take a shot. Like, you got to be careful, man. Like, you got to be careful in those situations because you're giving the other team the ball back. You're giving them confidence. You're giving them momentum and the opportunity to, execute and win the game.
Most definitely, man. So, shout out to Iowa State, man, getting their first win of the season. Let's get into it, man. All right, so we gotta talk about our favorite team, bro. Team that we have a vested interest in, man. The Hawaii
The Rainbow
Warriors,
Warriors.
Rainbow Warriors, whatever. However, you grew up watching that team, they're fucking awesome. Okay, I love Hawaii, man. All the way back to the Colt Brennan days, man. So, um, great win for them. Their kicker had a crazy story coming from like just watching. I think he's from Japan. I think.
Japan. Yep.
Yeah, and he learned how to kick watching YouTube videos. Uh, Gets a tryout, makes the college team, and then the rest is history.
And their
He
quarterback was hurt, too.
Yeah, so you look at this and it's like, yo, they make the game winning kick, man. And they beat Stanford, man. And Stanford looked pretty good, man. Even though it's just, you say it's just Hawaii, right? But Stanford has had a rough go at it the last few years. So it was good for them to come out and play really hard, man. But it also was good at Hawaii for just being like, well, we're playing for something too. you know. And the fact that Stanford won the time of possession battle, but still ran out of time. That's the craziest part. Like they won the time of possession and ran out of time, right? So I think you look at Stanford, they obviously are in full rebuild mode, right? Their coach isn't necessarily their coach. He's on an interim basis right now. So, but you got to understand that this is big for Hawaii because everybody who's not in the Power Five is fighting for that group of five ranking, right? And if they continue to win, maybe they make it interesting at the end of the day. But they also, start off the season pretty good, So what you think?
The biggest things that stand out to me is one, Hawaii is a Mountain West team. They beat an ACC team. Stanford's not a major powerhouse. Stanford's a big brand.
Yeah, but
I
it
look
still
at
counts.
I look at Stanford. They ran the ball efficiently, over 100 yards on the ground, a touchdown for their starting running back. The thing for them that really hurt them, which they haven't really had stellar quarterback play in a while. Quarterback literally completes 50% of his passes, 30 attempts, 100 yards, and the one time, has an interception, man. Those things make a difference, especially in these tight games like that. Give a shout out to Hawaii's quarterback, man, was not 100%, giving it his all. Played a pretty decent game, 27 for 39
Yeah.
and 2 touchdowns. Just did enough, man. You could tell that they really wanted to win this game, and they just gave that extra effort. Like sometimes in these games, like it's about the effort you put forth, and whoever wants to really win, they're gonna win. And Hawaii really wanted this win, and it was a good win for them. It's a really good way to start off the year, beating the ACC, and they're 1-0, man. You gotta love it.
Hell yeah. Yes, sir. Shout out to Hawaii, man, getting that thing.
Sucks for Frank Reich. I love Frank Reich, but
Yeah, me too. Me too. I like Andrew Luck too, man. Uh-oh.
oh,
Did I do
uh-oh.
it again? I don't know if I did it again. Oh no, we ain't
Okay,
gonna
so
do it.
we go into for our audio listeners, we go into week 1 predictions. It looks like. Yep,
Yep, there we go.
week 1.
So
The big boys playing now.
yeah. So first of all, what you think about this new thing?
I like it. I don't see it. You have me thinking you was about to do something crazy. This is cool with me. I don't have a problem with that. You should always do this. This is cool. Do the
Yeah,
home team
so
stadium to where it sets the mood.
yeah. So you know what kind of stadium they going into. Like I said, so we're getting into the big boy action, man. They can't start off week one better than this. Right. You got Ohio State welcoming the Longhorns to Columbus. A lot of interesting storylines in this game, man. All right, you got basically two guys that are starting for the first time. Basically, it's their team now, right? Julian Sand, obviously young player. Bama had him for a little bit. He left during the Saban exodus. That's when everybody was like, "I'm up out of here, fuck Bama," right? But I guess it worked out for him because now he gets the opportunity to be the starting quarterback of a pretty good program, right? Then on the other side, the guy who needs no introduction, and that is Arch Manning. This is now the Arch Manning show, right? So you get a pretty good game between two young quarterbacks, right? I think obviously with the games that Arch has played, I think that's an advantage for them, but I do feel like Ohio State, understanding that this is kind of their repeat chance, right? They're going for back to back titles. I think they'll be ready to play. But I do think Texas is number one for a reason. They have talent. Like everybody says, oh, Arch is this, Arch is that. No, Arch is just a piece of the team. They have plenty of players that are really good, So I think Texas goes in here and wins. But I do think it's not going to be as exciting as you think. I think
Mhm.
there are going to be so many mistakes by these quarterbacks, bad reads, incompletions, things like that. So I think the game is won on the ground. And one thing about Sark, if he finds a weakness, he will call that shit all game. So that's what I'm thinking.
For me, you want to acknowledge that this is going to be a hostile environment for Texas. Columbus is really loud. They're coming off a national title. They want to start off the year the right way. You lose some big pieces, but both of these teams are loaded from top to bottom. Like, don't get it twisted. When you look athlete for athlete, both of these teams have an argument to be in the top 5, athlete for athlete in the entire country. Loaded. All the skill positions, offensive line, defensive line. The difference maker for
Welcome
me,
back, Charles.
the difference maker for me is
Yes,
going to be the
sir.
quarterback position. Like, it's going to be the experience factor. Arch might not have a lot of experience, but he has experience. Playing in the SEC and looking good in short sample size, I think that is the difference maker. I think this is Arch Manning's coming out party. I think he's heard all the hype in the media all off season. I think he's probably put his head down and just kept working. This is we got to see how Julian Saying is going to react to the bright lights, because we've seen how Arch did last year. I know it's limited, but I like that experience over the quarterback that has little to none. So I think both of these teams are really good, but I think the difference maker is going to be the quarterback position. I think Texas wins, but it's a one-possession game. I think it's a one-possession game. He says 30-24. I'd probably say it's probably like 35-28. I think they have a lot of skill positions. They'll score some points, but I think Texas goes into a hostile Columbus, and I think they start off the season 1-0.
Yeah, I agree, man. I think Ohio State's talented, man, but
this might be one of the only games they lose all season. So
yeah,
I think we can both say that.
Yeah, but I think
Outside
it's
of like
gonna
Penn
be.
State,
I think it's gonna be a little. I don't know, man. I think they're going to be good, and they're going to be a playoff team, right? But I don't believe in saying like that, because even when he was on Bama, I didn't think he would last that long. Anyway, I thought he would transfer anyway. It just happened that Saban retired. That
it expedited the process.
Yeah, I thought like when he signed with us, I was like, he doesn't want to be here. Not really, because it just felt like, yeah, I'm here, yay, whatever, right? But it never really seemed like he was a threat for the
It
start.
never felt like he was invested.
Yeah, it never felt like he was a threat to the starting position either, because you weren't starting over Jalen Milroe as a true freshman, because you weren't that good. I personally would have took Jalen Milroe over Jalen Sand, right? You're not going to start over Simpson because he actually been in the system that long. So he kind of understands what he wants to do, right? Then you had the 6'6" guy. I forgot his name, but he came from Washington. So he's there. And then we picked up Keelan Russell.
Not even just that, y'all just signed another big guy too. Like, he's like 6'7". So I mean,
yeah. So the proof was in the pudding, in my opinion, that he wasn't going to be there. He was going to transfer probably the same offseason. I don't know if he goes to Ohio State still, but I do know he was probably going to leave, because that's the path of guys that don't stay at Bama. When you get lost in the depth chart, they don't stay very long, right? So that's my whole thing, man. But nonetheless, Texas.
But we both agree Texas.
Yeah, we definitely got Texas. Yeah, touchdown crew. I can see that, man. But I mean, look.
But don't sleep on Texas's defense either, bro. They're very talented.
Yeah, they got
and Ohio State lost some really good guys up front on that defense too. Don't get it twisted. I think they'll be good, but man, they lost some good guys.
Yeah, and I know they got Caleb Downs and shit.
Yeah, he's obviously a star.
But I mean, it's all about the collection, though, not just the individual pieces, right? And I feel like Texas got a really good team, but they both do. That's why they ranked in the top 5.
And that's why we get in this crazy week 1. This is probably one of the most loaded week 1s we've seen in a while. Like, the games are crazy.
Yeah, because everybody know that the playoffs is like,
you need those big games on your resume.
Yeah, you can't schedule no cupcakes and make it, Like, Ole Miss would have made it last year had they scheduled at least one good game early on.
When they're not playing Furman and all these other schools.
Yeah, most definitely, man. So, shout out to both of these teams, man, because they both good as shit. All right. Let's talk about your boys. Your boys is going to you know, the what do you call it? The reject Death Valley, right?
Yeah.
They going to the Great Value Death Valley, as a lot of LSU fans have been saying in the comment section. Um, this should be interesting, man. You know, like LSU, this is one of their more talented teams, in my opinion. Right? I've seen some good LSU teams. Right? I've seen the 2011 team. You know, I've seen the Jaden Daniels team that was talented on offense and not really much on defense. I've seen 2019, which ended in a national title. Right? So I've seen all of that. Right? But Clemson is finally seen. Yes, sir. Roll Tide, buddy. Roll Tide. You already know, man. Roll damn Tide to you. I like them too. You see what I'm wearing?
He's got an Auburn get up in his closet.
Man, hell no, you ain't gonna see me wearing that Eagles shit.
To definitely make a bet, because I would love to see that.
Nah, man.
Never? You'll never put that as a wager?
Nah.
You
Nope,
feel like your
I
skin
can't.
would fall. You feel like your skin would melt if you did that.
Yeah, yeah. Like a gremlin when you put them in the sunlight. Yeah, nah. Fuck Auburn. Nah, but Clemson is also talented, man, specifically on defense. So I just want to see in this game, because I know how good Cade Klubnik is, right? He's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, if not number one, depending on what you're looking for, right? But Nussmeier, you know, he's right there too. You know, it's not, I can't deny that he's one of the best returning quarterbacks, you know, like he's really good, right? But I want to see what y'all do with Cade Klubnik on defense. Like that's the key to me, right? Not their defense, not their offense, but y'all defense against Klubnik, because Klubnik not only can pass really well, he can get up out of there. You know, he can extend plays as well. And historically, LSU hasn't been good with that, you know. And this isn't just a thing where it's just like, oh, that was just last year. No, LSU has kind of always struggled with mobile quarterbacks when I watch them anyway, you know. So I want to see if y'all can kind of quell that, you know, long term, right? At least for this game. Because if you can do that, you know, Lenore Sellers stands no chance against you guys, you know, or you guys will make it hard for him, you know. Or you look at Ty Simpson, who could run around a little bit, right?
Marcel
Not as
Reed.
much as Jalen Milroe, of course,
Mhm.
but that would make me think about the game in a different light, because I know our quarterback can affect the game on the ground, you know. So I'm actually gonna go with Clemson in this one, just by a skosh, just by a skosh, because I think that their defensive line is gonna make a play. Right, they got two really good guys, and I think, you know, their crowd is gonna be in it too. It's gonna be nice, and it's gonna be energy all over the field, honestly, because like LSU been hearing it, they've been hearing it. This is kind of a dream matchup for people that watch college football, you know.
Mhm.
Like you've been hearing that they're Death Valley, but really LSU's been Death Valley too, right? And it all comes to a head because both of these programs are now really, really good, right? So I don't know. I got Clemson by like maybe 3.
Okay. So I'm gonna address that comment. Uh and you think Harlan Berry's gonna have a great game. They got Caden Durham on the roster too, so let's not get that twisted. So before I go anywhere, I'm gonna leave this as a discretion. It's not gonna be a biased take. Everything's gonna be kind of looking through both lenses. I've been
You
looking
see,
at
you see his jersey, people. There is no
yeah,
not
but
bias
there
when
is.
it comes to
There is.
LSU.
There is. I've had a lot of time to look at through both scopes. I've had a good time to look at both rosters. So let's get into Clemson first. Clemson has the best returning group out of anybody in the country. The amount of starters and players that played last year that are returning, nobody else, not one other team in the country has that much returning talent. So let's get that straight. Clemson up front is questionably the best defensive front in the country, especially from the defensive line perspective. They're very talented. They're very talented. I'm not going to glaze over any of that. You have a top 3 quarterback who's obviously been able to affect the game with his arm as well as his legs. He makes good decisions. I thought he looked good in their playoff game. Obviously, they lost, but I thought he looked good in that game. I don't feel like he looks razzled at all. They're good at the skill positions. Clemson is formidable. They can get pressure on the quarterback. They've got a lot of chemistry. When you have that much returning talent come back, you know you're gearing up to make a run. That doesn't happen often. So when a team that's really good gets that much returning talent, that's scary for anybody. Yeah. Whether it's LSU, Texas, Ohio State, it doesn't matter. Like, that's scary. So they're formidable in that retrospect. Now, if we look at it from LSU's perspective, you completely reloaded. You have some really good talent coming back on both sides of the ball. You have a nation, pretty much one of the best passers, the best passer coming back. Defensively, you bring back Harold Perkins coming off of injury. You have Whit Weeks, who really stood out last year as well. And you reloaded this team. Like, top to bottom depth, they've pretty much filled all the holes. I think the secondary has been addressed. I think defensive line has gotten a lot better. The receiver position, they probably have the best receiver room in the SEC, if not top 5 in the country, just like skill-wise. Running back, they're good. When you have camaraderie with your quarterback, the biggest question mark for LSU is the offensive line. You have one returning starter, DJ Chester. That's your only guy coming back from last year. You brought some other quality guys in the portal, but those guys don't have a whole lot of experience, nor have they seen a defensive front like this. The big difference maker is, are they going to be able to open holes for the run game? And are they going to be able to give Nussmeier enough time to throw? Now, I will say that I think LSU's took a really good approach in the offseason. They haven't spoken a lot on it. They're just like, look, we've had this game marked off. We're putting our heads down. We're working. I feel like everyone else in the country is kind of looking down on all the moves that they made. People are like, oh, number 1 transfer class. But that's quality people they brought in. Like, there's really good talent for spots that they struggled in. So I'm going to be honest with you. I think if the trend continues with Blake Baker, he's rebuilt defenses before. He brought Missouri from a top 120 team into the top 25. LSU was not perfect on defense last year, but they were a lot better. They're going to be even better this year, especially with the added talent. I think this game's about as evenly balanced as you can go. Clemson definitely has the advantage on defense. LSU has the advantage on offense. This game is going to be a 3 to 7 point game. I don't see the stretch being anything more than that. It's going to come down to who wants it more. And I've gone back and forth with this. You have 2 very experienced coaches. You have good returning talent. It's hard to pick this. It really is. But I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to give LSU the edge, but it's only a 3-point victory. That's it. I'm not confident to give anything else. I just think the rest of the nation needs to be put on notice. Just a lot of the moves they made, because Clemson's formidable. If LSU can offensively, if they can get a couple of big plays on that defense, I think they can try and set the tone. That way, if Clemson's defense does obviously wreak havoc, that at least they have a little bit of a cushion. It can go either way. I'm not confident in picking that. I'm not, they're for sure going to. No, not at all. I'd be very stupid to be like, I'm confident. No. When you lose 5 consecutive season openers, you can't go into the season with a confident W in your mind. So I'm gonna give them the dub, but I am not confident in that. I would not be surprised if they lose this game. But whether they win or they lose, this game is not going to be a blowout by any means. This is a 1 possession game, regardless of who wins.
All right. I'm thinking, like I said, I think for LSU to win this game, Brown, you're gonna have to tack them over the top. Like, you're gonna have to get them to a point where their run game isn't effective, man. Because if Clemson start running the ball, it's hard to beat them, because you can't guess, because their offense is so like unorthodox. Like they'll run out and you think, oh, it's about to be an option, and then dude just runs down the field wide open,
I just don't like the perspective that the majority of the media is taking, and this, like I said, this is bias aside. for anyone to be like, this is a shoe-in, this is not a shoe-in game. This game could go either way. So for anybody to just think it's shoe-in, they're going to beat them, no. There's too much talent on both teams to be like, no, this team's going to definitely win. You want to go with the team that has the most returning talent. Anybody would want to go that way. I don't blame you for going that way. But I just don't think they're going to have to earn some respect in this game. They're going to have to come out with a different sense of urgency. You're going to have to come out and out physical them. You got to do a lot of things right. But to think this game's a shoe-in, I think it's idiotic. I think it's radical. And college football has obviously proved that no game is a real shoe-in. It comes down to who wants it more. That's going to be this game.
I agree, man. You ain't getting no argument from me, player. All right, let's get into this next game. This is going to be fun.
Bama and Florida State, I bet.
If it shows up, probably.
Homeboy is going to guarantee victory.
Yes, sir. You know what it is. Roll.
FSU.
Tide. Roll. Tide. Roll.
Nah.
You know what it is.
Castellano said they ain't going to nothing be rolling.
Man, fuck Florida State and their quarterback, man. I don't care about that dude, man. He talking about, oh, man, yeah, man, he good. Like, yeah, we ain't scared. You should be. You seen what happened last season, man. All them dudes that was like, man, I should be playing. They playing right now. All them dudes is like, oh, man, Jalen Milroe, man, what you doing? They playing right now.
He coming back.
Nah, man, he gone, man. He gone. He with Seattle right now. We good. And look at me. You know, if you watched the show last year, you already know I've been a Milroe supporter and I've been a Milroe hater. Okay? I've been right down the middle.
More support with the number 21 pick in the NFL draft.
I said supporter. And I also said I've critiqued him a lot too.
Hashtag Cam curse.
Yeah. Man, Cam curse my ass. We lose to Florida State. That shit is done.
Oh, Mike Norvell is gonna be ecstatic. Bro,
man,
Florida, you can't. Oh, he gonna get like a 10-year extension. And you ain't gonna be able to tell a Florida State fan nothing.
Especially how bad they really are.
You thought you couldn't tell Vandy fans anything for beating Alabama? Boy, Florida State wins this game. You will not hear anything from they will not hear anything from you.
You won't hear nothing from me.
You won't. He gonna be checked out.
Man, look, already.
He gonna be checked out after a week.
Like, can we please talk to Nick Saban?
Can we please he can come in like the AD from Wisconsin. Remember homeboy? Dude, he used to be the coach for Wisconsin, and he came back in and coached that bowl game.
Yeah, he's called Barry Alvarez. Like, man, shit, I coached the team, and they won.
That's what Nick Saban gonna do.
Shit, man, I would. Fuck.
This comment.
I'd be Greg Popovich right now, right? Remember Greg Popovich took over the Spurs? He was a GM, and then he fired the coach, and then start coaching the team. I'd do that. I'd do that if we lost to Florida State. But nah, man.
Y'all should call Ed Orgeron.
You know what?
That would actually be kind of cool, low-key. That would be kind of cool.
I kind of fuck with Ed Orgeron, bro. I kind of do.
You can't say,
I hated 2019 LSU,
but that would be kind of funny, like low key. I kind of would think that's pretty cool.
But man, I fuck with Ed Orgeron, man, because I vaguely remember him as the coach of Ole Miss, and that was kind of like that was kind of bad. I'll be honest, it wasn't that good.
But they weren't in a great situation either.
Yeah, and then he went to USC. And they were he was like the interim. Because they had fired somebody. I don't know who it was. Was it?
What was his name?
Was it Lane?
Yeah, it actually was Lane.
Yeah, was it Lane?
Because it was Pete Carroll. It was Pete Carroll, then Lane, then him.
Because they went from him to Clay Helton for a while, right? I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they let Lane go, and then Orgeron had him like the second half or like later in the season or something, and it didn't end great.
Yeah, so I fuck with Ed Orgeron, man.
That'd be kind of think about that. That'd be
I
kind of
hate,
cool.
I hated them, but I love when he said
Like that, like okay, I know we being
love
goofy,
that
but like I know we being goofy, but that'd be kind of funny seeing Ed Orgeron with Alabama. Like that'd be kind of cool to be honest
I
with you.
mean, shit, man.
Hey,
Like Saban did it. Technically, he did it. So I mean, it's not that bad of a thing. Now, if he now if Nick Saban came out of retirement to coach Auburn, now that is
oh,
disrespect.
that would be no, that's blasphemy.
That is disrespect.
That's not no, that's blasphemy.
I don't even
Like,
think Auburn would entertain it because, like,
wouldn't they? Because they would think it would be like some bad juju if they did that.
yeah, like it seemed like it would be the reverse effect spiritually for them. Like, you know how like you go into Jordan Hare and then everything bad happens? It seems like if they get Nick Saban, everything good would happen for the opponent. Like they don't need to do that because you're upsetting, Doctor Strange's spell.
You're killing the balance and the force. There's no
Yeah.
balance.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So nah, but seriously though, I think Alabama wins this by at least 4 touchdowns. I don't see it. I don't see it, bro. I don't see it. Now, I do think that, of course, the first game jitters, right? We all been there. First game of the season, you trip over your fucking shoelace because you're so excited, right? But I do think that this is not going to be that good, man. And depending on how bad this game is, you start to, really think about firing Mike Norvell, right?
They gotta buy him out.
If you come into this game, if you're a Florida State fan, you're just kind of hoping that it's not ugly.
You don't hope you get blown out.
Yeah, and that's a tough way because if the fans feel that, the players feel that shit too. And I feel like this is one of those games that you walk into it, it's like, fuck, man.
They know they're gonna lose, though. I mean,
like there's no belief in the Florida State program right now. Like for a while, you play Florida State even when they were under Bobby Bowden at the end, right? You still knew that they could play some football, right? And even under Jimbo Fisher, right? It's still Florida State. And you knew what you were getting, right? Like, but then they went through some really bad coaches, man. They went through Willie Taggart for like a year or so, and then they got Norvell, and that wasn't, that was kind of like their 5th guy on the list or some shit like that.
And they were good. And they were good for a second because they got all those contract killers.
Yeah, that was it, And once you can't do that, you gotta have a mix, man. You gotta have a mix of the transfer portal and high school guys, right? You gotta have it, man. That's really why Saban was so good, because even when the transfer portal wasn't a thing, he still got a lot of transfer dudes, like Jacob Coker, who came from this school. Jacob Coker sat the bench for a year. And then went on to win a national title. You know what I'm saying? So and he won a national title here too because he got beat out by Jameis, right? So like you got to remember that it takes really good pieces to do that. And I don't think Florida State has really built up. I don't think Mike Norvell has built up his state of Florida for real. Like the places in Florida where he could go and get guys.
Miami and Florida have taken that. They have completely dominated that.
I agree.
By far. Like we thought Miami did it, but Florida has obviously shown their case. Like they've taken over. It's between those two. Florida State with no chance. Like they need they need a rebuild again. Yeah. Unfortunately, they're a storied franchise, but just haven't been the same,
Yeah, man, they just need a new face of the team, bro. That's all.
Nick Saban.
Shit, I mean, fuck it, I wouldn't be mad, bro. It ain't in the SEC.
Oh, he'd kill it too. They be in the playoffs every year, dog.
And I mean, you can't. And he already got inroads in Florida already because he picked up Amari Cooper, right? Amari Cooper was supposed to go to a Florida school, but he ended up going, there, right? You got a bunch of dudes that he's gotten from the state of Florida that's come to Alabama, right? So
And Alabama almost had Tebow at one point.
yeah, right. And
So
had we gotten Tebow, we might have not got Nick Saban
no, you wouldn't have.
because Shula was still there, and that
Mhm.
was kind of the big fish he never got in recruiting, right?
Mhm.
Because Bama wasn't bad; they just didn't
Yeah, but
win
they
the
weren't.
close.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
were powerhouse.
yeah, they didn't win the close games, right? LSU, Tennessee, like they're getting close games with them and just couldn't finish, right? You be in the game, but you couldn't finish. So Nick Saban's main thing was finish that fourth quarter program. That's what it's about. So once you get Nick Saban in there, the team's already talented. Now we're just gonna add more talent with a work ethic. Now you got a powerhouse.
I
So
wouldn't
if
be
he
mad
goes
to
to
see him
Florida
go to.
State,
I would like it, to be honest.
I would too, because Florida State's one of them teams that gotta be good. It's a
He could push the history too. I don't think it would be so much on the money. Like I think he could get guys in there just off of the lineage they
yeah.
have.
He likes you, and he respected Bobby Bowden. Because Bobby Bowden, no matter what, he was always about football, the players,
Hmm.
and even though he wanted the playoffs at some point in his life, he still was like, it's all about the players. So, but I got Alabama winning big here, man. And I'm actually anxious to see it. I just want to see what we look like. I don't even care about Florida
I want to
State.
see what y'all look like offensively. That's
Yeah,
the biggest. I think you guys will run the ball, but I need to see the quarterback position because, like, if obviously it's week one, he's had limited time. I think he'll struggle to an extent. I mean, you haven't played now all the pressure's on you. So I just want to see how he's going to handle the lights, how he's going to play. Because if he plays like within the offense, I think Alabama's offense looks a lot different. Obviously, they don't have to play to Mr. Dual Threat himself. I think it'll be a change of pace, but I think they'll be fine for sure. I've got them winning easy. I'd say by at least 2 to 3 touchdowns. I don't know about 4, but I'd say 2 to 3.
I'm saying 4. I think this shit is over at halftime, bro. I think it's just over at halftime, bro. And I think you start to see a lot of the bench players get in there because I don't think Florida State has the horses to keep up, man. We literally got a four-headed monster at receiver. You obviously got Ryan Williams coming back. You got Jeremy Bernard coming back. You got Horton from Miami, who's a speed burner, right? And then you sub whoever you want in there at 3, right? We got a two-headed monster, and running back if Jam comes back, right? But you still got some young dudes too that's ready to play, right? So, but defensively, I think we just got too much. Like we got too much on defense for Thomas Castanosis or whatever his name is.
Did you say Castanosis? What?
My bad. My bad.
Osmosis Jones.
Yeah, that guy.
Osmosis Jones.
Right. He was okay at Boston College, but it's a
Yeah, but
reason
not to be
why.
talking that kind of smack.
Yeah, not to be talking.
Not to be talking like Diego Pavia, bro. Y'all can't be doing
Nah,
all that.
nah. You ain't do nothing. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like, and it's a reason why you didn't last at Boston College because they didn't believe in you. Of course, it's Bill O'Brien, and I think he has a problem with running quarterbacks anyway.
He's
'Cause-
more traditional style,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
And there's nothing wrong with that.
he liked what he liked, and that's okay. He wasn't disrespectful about it. Now Jalen Miro might have took it as disrespect, but not disrespectful. If you like what you like, I don't know how to game plan with you. I don't. So what do you expect me to do? I think you
Quarterback
should put
power.
like if you can play like running back, I can game plan for that. You fast as shit. But you playing quarterback, what the fuck am I supposed to do with that, man? I done had Tom Brady, I done had all these Bryce Young, I done had all these guys that just sit in the pocket. You don't do that. What am I supposed to do with that? I can't do nothing with that, right? So I understood his point of view, right? Maybe he should have laid off on the position change a little bit and just been like, hey, all right, let's play the game, right? But nonetheless, he liked what he liked, and he comfortable, and he done won some games with that shit too. So it ain't like he don't know what he talking about, right? And when you look at how Jalen Milroe's development went, he might have should have just took the criticism right then and there. And let's just, I do this, you do this. Let's meet in the middle so we can get better. So I can get better, so the team can get better. Instead of like, well, this one, he want me to change position. I'm like, yeah, bro, because the completion percentage is not as good as it should be. You gotta understand, man, when you're playing the quarterback position. And look, this is coming from a guy on a podcast, but I done seen enough football to understand that if you can't hit the running back in stride out of the backfield, it's a problem. It's a problem. And don't get me wrong, you completed the pass, but he got to turn counterclockwise to catch the ball. Guess what? As a defender, I'm already in pursuit of the football. Wherever it goes, I'm going. Right? So you can't waste no time turning around. It got to be catch, pew. You know what I'm saying? So that's my whole thing. I love Jalen Milroe. I love Bill O'Brien too, because not only did Bryce Young get a Heisman under him, it worked, so I like him a lot. And he helped Deshaun Watson before, he got all handsy,
Deshaun and Justin Toucher.
Yeah, Justin Touch. Justin Toucher.
The Touch Master.
Touch Master, man. Goddamn, man. Justin Tucker, man. You lost your job to a dude named Looper. Ladies, fuck the class.
Life be life.
Hey, bro. We glad you here, man.
Class is in session. Class is in session.
Does life be life into, bro? Trust me. I'm feeling
class is in session.
But you know what? We glad you here because we here too, right?
We're about to learn you something.
Learn you something, man. So since you here, see that smooth, man. Let's talk about the Catholics versus the convicts, man. 2025. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Catholics versus the convicts.
Let's talk about it. 2025.
I'm surprised you didn't put that. I'm surprised you didn't put that on here.
I should have, man. Let's talk about the Catholics versus the convicts, man. 2025, man. All right. Don't let everybody get you twisted, man. Notre Dame got convicts too. So they, you know what I'm saying? So, but nonetheless, man, I think Notre Dame's a little overrated. Just a little bit.
I'm questioning them at quarterback. That's the biggest question mark for me. Everywhere else, man, like, look at their skill position, man. You got Jeremiah Love. Everybody's talking about him. I think he's really good. Their receiver depth is insane. Defensively, they're really good. But I just don't know about the quarterback, man. I think Notre Dame is good. But I kind of tend to agree with you in the sense that, they were that close last year. But I don't know, man. There's just something like, besides quarterback, there's just something man, that's like something I just can't put my finger on as a bugaboo or something. It's like, man, I just don't know if they're going to replicate that.
Yeah, so I think the further they go, it's going to
show.
Yeah, it's going to show, but they're only as good as Jeremiah Love is every goddamn week. If he don't have $120 every game, they in trouble.
I think the big question here is, how's Carson Beck going to play in this game? That's my biggest thing. It's like, what is he going to give you in this game? Because Notre Dame's respectable on defense. What is he going to do?
Yeah, and Marcus Freeman is a great defensive mind. I mean, that's how Notre Dame got to the national title, man. They literally played tough defense all the way.
I just think they're good, but don't anybody take this out of context. Don't put words in my mouth. But like, there's just a small smidge of me. It feels like he got them as far as they're gonna go. I'm not saying they can't win a title, but like, I don't know, man. It's just like, when you get lightning in a bottle, and man, you get hot, and they were just really good, and they were really good. No disrespect, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I need to see.
You know, I
No disrespect.
I think Miami wins this game, but I don't think it's an indication of Notre Dame, like, what their season could be. Right? I don't think so. I just think Miami just has a too much,
You
specifically
think?
at the quarterback position. I just think that's the thing.
Difference maker.
Yeah, because Carson Beck is like, as much as you could say he's up and down, which is
I think he'll
true.
play. I think he'll play a lot more loose.
Yeah, but I think now, since you're in the ACC, it's not going to be as hard.
So I'm saying he's gonna be able to play loose without less pressure.
Yeah, and maybe schematically Georgia just wasn't for him
Might
because
just not been the right scheme fit.
because it's a power run, So as people keep trying to break into my room. Like they be trying to break in here, dog. And this is so funny. Like people trying to break in here. I hear people talking outside the door. I'm like, dog.
It's coercion going on.
Yeah, like like the Browns and Shador Sanders. They just trying to they trying to fuck up what I got going on. It's not happening. That's why I put the couch there.
What you think about this comment right here? So I've been watching stuff out of Miami camp, and by all accounts, Beck hasn't looked all that great. This might be the best Notre Dame defense to date. Yeah, but I think the quarterback position is a question mark for them, man.
Yeah, man, it's still thing. I don't know. I don't think Miami's that good, to be honest with you. I really don't think both of these teams are that good.
I don't think Miami should be ranked 10.
Yeah, I don't think they're that good.
I think Notre Dame should be 10 and Miami should be further back.
I mean, yeah, I like it.
Yeah, but that's a question mark for me, man. I
don't
see.
Let me look up CJ Carr real quick. I want to get kind of familiar with him real quick.
I don't see Notre Dame going on a same run, man. I think they have a lot of returning talent, but
so he's got some. So he's 6'3", he's 210. So that's really good.
But a true freshman, though, like they got high aspirations to have a true freshman.
He's the grandson of Lloyd Carr. Are you fucking serious? He's the grandson of Lloyd Carr, bro. Are you serious, man? The last great.
You say isn't gonna. You say isn't gonna. He says the game isn't gonna rest on quarterback shoulders. You'd be surprised, bro. If Miami comes with a good game plan for the run game, he's gonna have to make some of those throws.
Yeah,
he's gonna have to throw it at some point. Like he's not gonna have zero pass attempts.
Like, all right, so hear me out, Chris. So if the game is not gonna, so hear me out.
He said, "I wish he was related to Derek Carr." That was so funny. Or David, yeah, Derek and David.
Or David.
He's a close comparison to David Carr.
Oh my god, bro, that's fucking funny, man. That's you know what?
Oh, that made my day. You get pinned.
It's 2 weeks in a row.
You
earned the pin comment, bro. 2 weeks in a row. Because your elevator comment a few weeks ago, that was funny. You earned a pin comment.
But this one's good.
What?
What he says, yeah. No, I was saying that one. That was funny.
Yeah. So, but Chris, like I said, if Jeremiah Love is the best running back in the country, don't you think Miami knows that too? Like, don't you think they know that too?
You don't think they're gonna game plan for that? They're gonna try to close those gaps.
Yeah, come on, man. Like they're gonna try to stop him.
Like they're not gonna go in there with like, oh, we're gonna be heavy on pass defense. No, we're gonna do our best to shut those gaps and force Carr to beat. They want to shut those gaps and force Carr to throw and beat them. That's the obvious game plan. And he's a true freshman. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. They might not completely stop Love, but they can slow him down at all, and they force him throw. I'm sorry, the advantage is the quarterback at that point. Like, yeah, it's the battle of the running backs, but if they can slow down Notre Dame's run game at all, I give the advantage to Miami in that regard because they have a guy who's played at the high level before. They might not have as much talent, but
CJ Carr is he's a good option for them, right? But he's young.
it's not the same with how they had Riley Leonard
He's
play good at
young.
Duke and he came with experience. That's not the same
Yeah,
situation.
he's
He's green.
young, man. That's all. He's just young. Now, sometimes being young and dumb is a good thing, right? It's a good thing. You don't know nothing. So guess what? You go into situations not knowing shit. But guess what? It
You can
might
make
work
plays.
out for you. You
Yep.
know, the last time Notre Dame started a freshman quarterback, they made it to the national title. Y'all remember who that was? It was Everett Golson, right? And that defense was good, right? They had Brian Kelly obviously was there. But I mean, they ran into Alabama at the end of the season. But that's not what I'm talking about. The big picture is he led them all the way to the national title.
And that
right?
could happen. But
That could happen, right?
But the numbers don't, and they didn't have the same run game they did. But don't you think every other team on Notre Dame's schedule is going to key in on that, and they're going to really try to close those gaps? And if Miami's not a better team, Miami's not a better team, but
and that's why I feel like Jeremiah Love, as much as we get into that touchdown trip, but as much as you think Jeremiah Love is the best, and he is, I think so. But I also think that he's not going to win. He's not going to get no Heisman looks for real, because after he gets to the point where they know that week after week he's getting the ball 25, 30 times, they're going to try to stop him.
It's not going to be the same thing with like how Genty was getting, like everybody knew he was going to run, but he could run through them anyway. It's not the same. Fruit on a perk today.
Nick Singleton is not the best running back. It's most certainly Jeremiah Love. I mean, yeah, Jeremiah Love by a long shot. Now the best backfield is most certainly Penn State by a long shot. Like that's not even close.
The thing with me in this game, personally, I would love to see Miami get the upset. Call me a hater. I think it would be cool. I think Notre Dame wins.
Yeah,
I think it's a
especially
lot.
how they cheated them in the 80s. Like, yeah, you got to
they got hoed. I need to get my revenge.
Yeah, you got to get back.
I'll give Notre Dame the win, but I will say I think Carson Beck has a good game.
Yeah,
I think Carson Beck throws over 250, a couple touchdowns. Like I think he looks good. I think Notre Dame just got a little too much. I think they athlete wise, I think they have good depth, but Notre Dame's not going to win convincingly. I think Miami's going to really come with a good game plan, in my opinion. And dude really said he on a perk today, though. That's funny. Maybe it's good on a big guy.
I mean, I understand that, but I mean,
I like Nick too, bro.
But Nick ain't. Those two guys aren't gonna. Those two guys probably won't be on any list because they're splitting carries.
But they're gonna. That is the same comparison. That's a Ronnie Brown and Cadillac Williams backfield. Like
shoot, that's what we had last year with Henderson and Judkins on the same team.
That's gonna literally be what that is. Both of those guys are ultra talented, and Penn State's got probably damn near a top 3 roster in the entire country.
I agree.
Easily. But I'll give Notre Dame the advantage, but I don't think it's convincing. I think this game kind of opens people's eyes to Notre Dame, and they're like, they're really good, but we can stop them from getting to where they were last year. They're not catching us by surprise. And I think the lack of experience from quarterback will play a bigger role than like what people like Chris think it will. Just saying.
I think Miami gets this one. I think Miami gets this one because I feel like if it turns into a battle of quarterbacks, I'm going with the one with experience.
I would love to see Miami get the upset. I think that'd be cool. Yeah. Personally, I'm not being a hater. I just think it'd be cool to see them win this game, and that'd be a huge confidence booster.
But I caution everybody like when making bets on this game though, because every time Notre Dame the last few years, they have never had their own guy at quarterback. every year, the last few years, you got Sam Hartman. You ended up with Riley Leonard, right?
Mhm.
Transfer guy the last few years. This is a recruited guy that wanted to come to Notre Dame.
And those guys had prior experience, and they were good. Like Sam Hartman was a baller, and Riley Leonard had some good prior experience. This is a whole different. This is kind of uncharted territories.
Yeah. So you gotta understand that Freeman recruited this guy. He is his guy, and he's molded him for this moment. Like if you even think like Marcus Freeman is one of the best coaches, especially motivators in the league in the country right now, right? To get Notre Dame to the national title, he's one of those guys right now. You know, obviously winning it allows you to have more time as a coach, but getting there also gets you some time too, you know,
Mhm.
right? Unless you just shit the bed like Gene Chizik did the next year, then
That
you
would
know,
be bad. I don't see that
yeah,
happening.
yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to shit on you, Gene Chizik. I look, Cam Newton. I don't like Auburn personally, but that run was crazy. But the fall off was absolutely diabolical.
It was like a LSU fall off.
Oh my god, Chris is always spitting this stuff,
I
man.
mean, we ain't getting into all that now, but
Nah, not right now. But let's see. Touchdown Troop says he's splitting carry. I mean, yeah, but I mean, I don't know.
You say better defensive talent, but Notre Dame has really improved their schedule. They play some pretty good teams for the most part. Like they don't have a cupcake
Yeah,
schedule.
they
Like
they
they play
play.
to say they're independent. They play big teams.
Yeah, they play all ACC teams.
They
And,
ACC, some
and
Big
USC.
10. They get
USC
some
is a
Big 10
rival.
teams too.
Yeah, some Big Ten teams. They play ACC teams, right? So
Mhm.
yeah, they play some tough people, man. That's why they be in the playoffs all the time. Because you can't say that they don't have a better schedule than everybody else when you schedule whoever you want to schedule. All right, they schedule everybody. Yeah, but
Let's see. He said it's bad. Let's see what their schedule looks like. Just out of curiosity, because Chris is on his tangent real quick. Let's see. Let's see what he's talking about. Notre Dame football schedule.
yeah,
All right. So okay, let's just run through this real quick. So we got Notre Dame, and they're playing Miami.
yeah.
They play Texas A&M. That's a big game.
That's a ranked matchup.
They play Purdue. That's a
Texas
win.
A&M's a ranked matchup.
They play
Purdue,
Purdue,
that's
Arkansas.
easy.
They get
That's
Boise
kind of
State,
easy. Boise State, that's a ranked matchup.
NC State. They get
Not so
USC,
much. USC, so USC might be ranked.
Boston College,
Boston College might not be ranked.
Navy.
Navy could be ranked.
Pittsburgh could
That
end up
point.
being ranked at some point too.
Yeah, Pittsburgh could be ranked.
They
And
get a well coached team in Syracuse,
yeah, and Syracuse got a big game this weekend too.
and they got
So
Stanford. So
nah,
you said they play nobody. That's kind of a reach.
yeah, they play. Yeah, that's like
That's a reach.
yeah, that's 1,
You
2, 3.
I understand none of those teams,
Yeah.
as of the preseason poll, the other teams aren't ranked, but I think that's kind of high. I think that's kind of short sighted. Like Boise State's ranked. I know obviously they don't have Genty, but like we said, like by the end of the year, Syracuse or Pittsburgh could both be ranked. Like, don't get it twisted.
Other than Miami and Texas A&M, they're not playing nobody. Pittsburgh got one of the best quarterbacks.
And they got a good running back too.
And they got one of the best running backs. So yeah, that's gonna be a tough matchup.
And Syracuse has got a good roster.
Yeah, Syracuse knocked off Miami last year with the number 1 draft pick. So nah, come on, man. Nah, man. Boise shouldn't be ranked. Nah, I wouldn't say that touchdown true because actually the quarterback returning is pretty good. He just didn't get no opportunity to show y'all because 2,000-yard runner back there.
Dude,
So
they got Malachi Nelson, I think, is playing this year. So
nah,
no, where's he at?
UTEP.
Oh yeah, that is true.
He with the Miners.
He's not bad though. I think he's good, man.
I think he is too, man. He just got some bad people in his corner, man, telling him to like, hey, you can leave and all that. Like,
Pittsburgh is gonna be better.
yeah,
Pittsburgh's gonna be better, bro. You can't look at everything from last season and be like, that's gonna all translate to this year. Eli Holstein's a good quarterback too. So I know you said they
yeah,
couldn't throw,
but Boise, they couldn't throw because he didn't really no need to. They had a 2,000-yard rusher back there.
why force the third? Yeah, I misread that, but yeah, why
Why?
try
Why?
to throw the ball and they don't have to?
Yeah,
Why
why?
just feed the guy? Feed him. He's on the freaking rate to break Barry Sanders' record. Yeah, I'm gonna stop giving him the ball.
Yeah,
You know, we almost beat Oregon by just giving him the ball. So like, why would I stop giving him the ball? If they can't
yeah.
stop him, they can't stop him. Like, I get it. You want to be balanced, but I'm not gonna risk messing all that up. Like,
Yeah, we're in a space to where we can make the college football playoff, right?
just by running the ball.
Right. And we need style points to do it. We're a group of 5. We need style points. So if we're gonna run the ball and that's how we blowing people out, what's the point of passing and throwing interceptions and then we're in a tight game?
It was, but
with-
that's old school football too. Back then, they were like,
Yeah,
man, why I got to throw the ball? I'm
we-
just gonna run the damn ball.
Right, we get into the college football selection committee, and they're asking why'd you struggle with Tulsa Tech, right? Because we chose to pass the ball. No, you want to run the ball. That's how you win. That's how you get into it, man. If it works for you, if you don't, then you don't. You know, but like nah, like dude don't have to pass. He don't have to give it to a 2,000-yard running back this year. I guarantee he's probably gonna be a little bit better.
I would think so.
Yeah, like yo, it's like all right, well now I gotta actually pass for us to win, you know. And he don't have to fight for the starting job because Nelson's gone now, so he's more comfortable. So I don't know. I think it's cool, but let's get into this last game, bruh. This last game, man. Let's talk about Georgia Tech and Colorado, man. So Colorado obviously lost their 2 I guess you say enigmat players, like they were bigger than life. Like, they lost those guys to the draft respectively. So now we enter a new era of the Deion Sanders era, man. So now they actually in my opinion, I think they got better now that those guys is gone. Because now you're gonna see the depth that he's been able to do in recruiting.
Especially
right?
the quarterback position, dude. Caden Salter's really good.
Yep. And then they got a younger
They got
guy.
the number one. They got Julian Lewis, like the number 1 quarterback. They got him waiting.
So now you got that depth, and then you got the depth on the coaching staff.
Offensive line got better too.
How many former players you got, right? And then your biggest recruit from a couple years ago, Jordan Seaton, has already said that we're committing to running the football again. So that lets you know that, we didn't do that well enough, but we also had a really good quarterback and receiver. So why not play with that, right? I also had a couple of receivers too. Horn. Yeah, Horn. And then you had what's the other one? He just goddamn. He said, what's the name? What's the other guy, man? He just scored a touchdown for my Ravens. Was it Weister or something like that? So they had a couple guys on their team, man. Yeah. Nah, you said Colorado, so you're the curse now.
It's your curse, bro. Don't try to flip your curse on him. Don't try to flip your curse on him, bro.
Yeah, nah, you said that. I did not say Colorado.
No, I said don't try to flip your curse on him, Cam.
What you mean?
You trying to flip your curse on him? You
I didn't say who was winning yet.
It's not an STD, bro. You can't give it to him, bro.
I'm sorry, you started it.
He said, "No, I take it back."
No. You said it. Too late. Nah, it was a good game. See that smooth. It was a good game.
It was the difference was just running the ball and then fourth down efficiency were like the big ones, Yeah.
Iowa State just kept running the ball no matter how bad it got. Average 2 yards a carry, but it got 100 yards, and that's what kind of helped them win that one, man. and the fourth downs too. Like Kansas State was like 1 for 4 or 5 or something
Mhm.
like that. So yeah, you can be aggressive, but eventually that shit done working. You better kick that field goal. Yeah.
What you think about this game?
Shoot, man. I'm thinking man, I'm gonna go Colorado, man. I think they run the ball a little bit better, man. I like Haynes King, I do, man. I do. But I just think Colorado is gonna run the ball a little bit better, you know. And it ain't a much hoopla this year. So it's not like, oh, we're gonna win a national title. Nah, it
He
ain't like
said, "No."
that. They ain't going 0 and 12, I'll tell you that much. Not with that team. Boy, Warren Sapp will be like, all right, I'm out of here going back to Florida and fish.
He said he's addicted though. He's having a really good time.
Man, yo, have you seen him talk about how
He's
much
like going. He's
bro,
like hype. Like he looked like he
bro,
had about 5 Red Bulls. He's like hype. He's like, I like that.
bro,
I
like
love this. Like
he loves the kids, bro. Like he like, yo. And then what's crazy is he'd be like, tell me how to coach you. Right? Like obviously me coaching you this way ain't working. How you want it? You know what I'm saying? So I buzz with it. Andrew says GT by 3. So all right, all right.
yeah, bro, that is not happening, bro. That is
Nah.
not happening. It would be cool, but that ain't
Oh
happening.
boo-hoo. You better hope you
Thanks.
better matter of fact, since you want to talk about Juju, the
Listen,
Falcons, the
bro.
Falcons win the Super Bowl.
That next comment.
I mean he does, but not like that.
I like that. This, yeah.
Not
But
like that.
for me, I really
Nah,
like
the
the
Falcons
addition.
winning the Super Bowl though. Cam
I
cursed
like,
that.
yeah, that definitely ain't happening.
Nah,
Uh,
that's not happening, bro.
I really like what Colorado's done. I
Yeah,
like the stability they have now. There's no crazy expectations. I really I loved Caden Salter at Liberty. And this is his time. If he balls out this year, he's a top 10 pick, bro. I think Caden Salter's got that much potential. He can
yeah,
sling it. I think them being able to run the ball really helped them on offense. I think Colorado's gonna be a lot more respectable. I don't necessarily think they're gonna win the conference, but I think they'll be coached really well, in my opinion.
yeah.
This is gonna be one of the times that I agree with Chris, bro. Give me Haynes King. Give me
No
freaking
doubt,
Haynes
man.
King. Brent Key has got something special going down there at Georgia Tech. I love how scrappy they are. I love how like well disciplined they are. I think Haynes King is the biggest hidden gem quarterback wise in college football. I think we both picked. I think we both picked Georgia Tech to make the ACC championship game. So this game won't really affect you because it's out of conference regardless. But I really like Haynes King. I really like what this team's got. Give me the freaking Yellow Jackets.
Andrew says 7-5 for the Yellow Jackets. I mean,
Well, I
that's
don't know.
not
I don't know if it's 75. I don't know if he's saying 7-5 for Georgia Tech or he's talking about Colorado.
Colorado could be 7-5, and that would be okay. But I think
I think Georgia Tech's at
Tech more
I
like
think Georgia Tech will win 9 games.
yeah. I was thinking more like 7. I'm talking about 8 or 9. You know, because
I like Georgia Tech a lot.
they were so close to beating Georgia, man. Like
And like another year with that offense, and I think Haynes King is very underrated. I like Georgia Tech.
yeah, Haynes King is one of those guys that'll give you 200 passing and 100 rushing, man.
I think he's a stud. You say crack, but I wouldn't sleep, bro. I wouldn't sleep at all.
ACC title.
We both said they would be there. You said it, and I said it. I'm gonna stick to my guns. I'm not gonna back down now.
I'll say they make it.
They're not gonna win. We neither one of us picked them to win it. We both just said they would make it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm still on the crack.
Yeah, it's okay. This will be the one day that crack is okay.
Yeah, crack ain't whack when it comes to the Yellow Jackets.
He said it anyway. But I think they're really good, man. I'm not saying they're a playoff team, but they're a really good team, bro. I think they've showed they've showed some really good development. They're well coached. He's doing something really good down there. I really like what not Yelich. I really like what Georgia Tech's got going on. And I think a big key to their success is the quarterback position.
But look how beautiful that stadium is. Though.
It is cool. It's one of the cooler sceneries.
Yeah,
And like,
that
I don't know if you've ever watched some of the videos, but you've seen like the press box or like those sweet views. Oh my gosh, dude, it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Wow, man. Let's see what he's saying.
Duke, I feel much better about Georgia Tech than Duke.
I feel better about GT than UNC too.
Oh yeah,
and Louisville.
Georgia Tech's got good people coming back too, bro. UNC, I love Bill Belichick, but they're not gonna be better than Georgia Tech.
Now you have an argument with Pitt in Miami when it comes to Georgia Tech.
Yeah,
but
I'll give you, but I think they are good.
They got a better defense than Pitt does. Now, Miami, depending on how Carson Beck does he look like Cam Ward last year? And
then Louisville's got Miller Moss as quarterback this year, so
yeah, but I still take Haynes King though.
I love Haynes King.
I'll take Haynes King over the Duke
any of those.
North Carolina quarterback.
I think he's in the conversation to be taken over Carson Beck. I'm just saying, bro. I think he's good. I don't think people are talking about how good he is.
Yeah. I mean, Duke is okay.
Manny Diaz is going into year 2. I mean,
but in terms of like how good they're going to be, should they play each other?
I think Georgia Tech's got better athletes than Duke too, and Brent Key's a good coach.
Yeah, Chris says
Harrison Bailey wasn't the only quarterback. Tyler Shuck was their guy too last year.
Yeah, so I don't know. But we've reached the end of the show, man. Let us know how we did, man. Let us know how we did. We love it. We love doing this. Every Sunday, football is back. You get to hear all of our hot takes and stuff, man. But like I said, next week is most definitely going to be previewing NFL Week 1. Some good games, and we'll see what we can do, man. You know. I mean, yeah.
I just think people are sleeping on Georgia Tech. That's all I'm saying. I think they're gonna be a lot better when people are acting like.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I agree. And then
who's Michigan play?
Shit, somebody whack. Somebody from the whack.
Crack ain't whack.
Nah, they play. How they play, man? But it ain't a big game. I seen that shit. I was like,
New Mexico.
All right.
They get New Mexico. Week 2, they get they got to go to Oklahoma.
Oh my god, they're not cutting Shedeur Sanders, bro. They're not gonna cut.
They already cut Trevor. They already cut Huntley. I think they said they're gonna roll into the season with 4 guys on the depth chart.
That's so stupid, bro.
Yeah, it is dumb.
Yeah, I would actually. You know what? I personally agree with you, Chris. I think they should cut them.
They're not gonna do it though.
Nah, man, because they're gonna
want publicity.
Exactly. They're gonna be so bad that him not playing is going to draw attention to a team that sucks.
And Cam said it, and then Chris said it's dumb if they do that. This is the Browns. Everything they do is dumb. Okay, y'all been kind of. I feel like the Titans have been watching Cleveland and been studying them really deeply over the last couple of years, but I think y'all didn't fully buy in. So y'all gonna be okay. But Cleveland, it's not outside the realm of possibility at all.
Yeah, nah, bro. Everything they do is dumb, man. They just don't listen.
They don't.
They don't listen to the fans.
The Browns will be Browns, bro.
I don't know who said that Baker Mayfield wasn't working for them. They
won a playoff game for the first time in forever.
Yeah,
that was dumb. And he tried, and he even played through an injury for them. He did all that because he wanted to be there, and you freaking shipped him out for Deshaun Watson.
and Deshaun Watson was one step out the door. It seems.
But it would have made more sense if they were making a trade before all that happened, or like if none of that happened. That makes sense. But like
Yeah, like
sitting out an entire year, like they were banking on all that. That was crazy. That was a lot of money,
like
bro.
if you traded Deshaun Watson for Baker Mayfield, I couldn't do that because Deshaun Watson was like top 5 at the time, and I don't know if
Yeah.
Baker was top 5 yet.
No, but I think they could have pulled it off with enough picks and like compensated players. Like, not saying it would have made sense, but I could see it.
Yeah. But
Like
I
if you
mean,
trade
either way,
Baker for some first round picks and stuff, then
either way, they suck, man. Baker was probably the best quarterback they had since Tim Couch.
he was way better than Tim Couch. Baker was good. I love some Baker. And now
I take it back. No. Kelly Holcomb. You wasn't better than Kelly Holcomb. Because technically
man.
Kelly Holcomb's the one that got them to the playoffs that year, 03. So, I mean, I don't know. Man, the Browns went through so many quarterbacks. Man, remember Spurgeon Wynn? He's like 7th round. And
Seneca Wallace.
hey, I like Seneca Wallace, man.
Jake Delhomme.
Iowa State legend.
I love Jake Delhomme, but that was the death sentence to his career.
Jake Delhomme was done. Jeff Garcia went there for a minute.
RG3. RG3. Brock Osweiler.
Brandon Wheaton.
Freaking Ken Anderson. Not Ken Anderson. Whatever. I forget his name. Derek Anderson.
Yeah. Who else was on that team, bro? Kelly Holcomb. I mentioned him.
Who else? Jeff Garcia.
Yeah.
Who else? Freaking, there's other people. Brady Quinn.
Yeah.
Who else? Freaking Johnny Manziel.
Yeah. Well, they had so many quarterbacks, bro. That's so bad, dog. That's so bad.
And I feel like the Colts are kind of trying to do that same thing now because
they're running out of space, bro. Shit, they done had a whole bunch, man. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
When you go from Peyton Manning to Andrew Luck, right?
And then it's just
like, nah, man.
The only one that was good since then, like was legit good for the Colts, was Rivers.
Yeah, because he did get into the playoffs, didn't he?
Yeah, they won like 10, 11 games.
Yeah, he was good. I liked him, man. Plus, the way the Chargers did him was stupid anyway. But I mean, you can't go wrong. They got Herbert, so Herbert's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you move on from the like franchise leading quarterback and then get another good quarterback after that,
I knew that was gonna work though. He just really overachieved.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I wasn't so sold on Herbert. I wasn't that sold on him.
I liked him.
Yeah, I like Herbert.
I thought that was the perfect situation.
Because they just let him play. Like, they just let him sling the ball around. Like, you know. Like,
yeah, just
ain't reckless with it.
No, he's not. Okay. They just need him to do that playoff time. That's all.
Yeah, man. And I mean, the playoffs, man, once you get to the playoffs, bro.
Everything else goes out the window.
Yeah, anything can happen at that point, man. Because it's like, because the playoffs, that's when all the narratives come into play. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately. Like,
well, that's when the space around you starts to get.
Yeah, like it seemed like when you win all the games in the regular season, it's like, oh, we having fun, we dancing, we doing all this shit.
Changes though. The whole mindset.
And then
changes.
The playoffs happen, and it's just like, man, all that dancing and shit, that's cool.
It's win or go home.
Yeah, man. That's why I think the NFL got the best playoffs, man, across all sports, man. Because when you play a bunch of games in a series and shit, usually the better team prevails.
Most of the time. But it just depends.
Yeah, but I mean, historically, the better team usually wins, right? You look at all the finals that in every sport that you've seen, baseball.
Oh, yeah,
we've better seen times where usually
does it all. Yeah,
but when you put it into a one-game scenario,
oh yeah,
you know,
anything can, yeah.
You know, guy misses a foul ball, right? Now all the momentum's on their side, right? You know. Strike somebody out with the bases loaded all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you missed the opportunity, right? And you usually been smashing teams all day. We go to basketball. Y'all been running fast breaks all year, and now you can't do it because it's short. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, man, but in basketball, you got the 7-game series and shit. Baseball, same thing. The better team usually wins. But in football, one
It's
game,
one, yeah, and
one
whoever
game.
wants it more, whoever's the better game plan, you know.
All right, the Packers won 15 games one year and lost in like the first round. It was
The
like
Saints
shit.
were Saints were coming off a Super Bowl win. They freaking lost to a team that had a losing record going into the playoffs.
Oh, that shit was funny. That shit
It
was
was
funny.
not. It
It
was
was
not.
funny, but then I was mad again because the only reason that the Seahawks got in the playoffs because they beat us. My
That was
random.
so beat. I remember they was talking like it's the first 7-9 team. I'm like, that's crazy.
I'm like,
Like, how
bruh.
does that work? Like, what kind of bullshit is
Like,
this?
bruh. I was like, man, the fix was in, bro. Because we was cool. It was Sam Bradford first year. He had just, I think, won rookie of the year or some shit. And I was like, yo, all we gotta do is win. But I felt like the relocation to LA was already in motion.
It was already like something that was being talked about.
Yeah. And it was like we can't win because if we win, then we have to stay. And then it's like,
Well, yeah, because the fan base is gonna call for you to keep the team there. Because why change up
yeah,
if
man.
you're still
So
relevant?
yeah. But man, before we get up out of here, man, you got anything to say to the peoples, bro?
Thank you for everybody watching. Like we said earlier, if you like this kind of content, NFL, college football content, smash the like button, man. We'd really appreciate it. If you're not already subscribe, man. Uh, lifetime views, we're less than 10 million views away from hitting 100 million within a 2-year period. That's insane.
100 million.
And we're still on the road to 50K subscribers with over 35,000 right now. You guys are really turning out, man. We're getting anywhere from like 100, 150, 200 plus subs every single week. So people are subscribing. People are turning in. But like I said, if you do like this kind of content, like the video. And if you enjoy it, subscribe, man. You are better than the stairs. Take the elevator. You're better than the search bar. Subscribe. Hit the bell notification. Never miss anything, man. Makes it so much easier, especially now. Football season's back. You want
Yep.
it to be easy and convenient as possible. We want to be your go-to. Screw ESPN, screw Fox. You want good in-depth conversation, unbiased takes, all this crazy stuff, man. Come here. You're not gonna get it nowhere else, man. I feel like we go as far in depth as damn near anybody else on the platform. It's completely free. Why not sign up, man? Sign up to be on the rod, and we're everywhere as well. Google searches. We do live game streams. We do polls. We do everything. And if you're more of an audio listener, you can check us out on Spotify, Apple, and Amazon, man. It's nonstop go until halfway through the year next year. So why not jump on while the iron's still getting hot?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. So, we do our game streams, man. So, like I said, Brandon's got this crazy schedule. He does. He does. He got a crazy schedule, right? So when it comes to the game streaming, man, hop on there when I'm on there. We go live almost every day, right? It could be me, it could be Brandon. Don't matter, man. Hop on there all the time, bro. Hop on there. We be on there chilling. Like he does the road to the glory. That's why I don't do it, right? Cause he really gets in there. I'm more of a dynasty franchise guy, man. So I do that across all games. So like I said, both of our schedules have been crazy of late. So we really, really trying to get back into doing it, which is why I've been doing NFL head coach, man.
I've been wanting to do some 2K5s and stuff too,
Yeah,
but hey,
yeah, yeah, man. Because like after a while, like I said, we don't want to get into it, but when you play the games of today, after a while, they just get like monotonous sometimes, right?
mm-hmm.
So we like to go back and play, right? So, like I said, after today's show, man, check out my NFL head coach, man. Trying to be a defensive coach, right? I'm usually an offensive guy. I don't know why. That's more
Very
so.
odd. That's not. Yeah, I was gonna say you're the defensive guy. I'm the offensive guy.
Yeah, so check out how we rebuilding the Texans like in '06 before they drafted Mario Williams. So just check out this career I'm trying to build. So we'll see how it goes. I'm pretty like open, to ideas and stuff. So y'all just check it out, man. Let me know what y'all think, man. But we definitely doing different content, man. So Yeah.
Whatever happened when you were doing the Rams?
Shit, I forgot, man. That was so long ago. I just said I just restarted. I don't fucking know.
Because you got offered that job and you've like cleared the whole staff. Like you
I did
fired
it again.
you fired like Jim Haslett and everything. I'm like, damn, dog, you didn't keep nobody. Like no same coaches just
Yo,
going
yo,
fresh.
that scene where they got the round
Yeah, they
table.
come in. Yeah, they walk in. He sends them back out. Walks in. He sends them back out. And I'm like, damn, dog, you giving everybody a pink slip
And
today, dog.
it's no chair. Nobody's sitting in the chair.
Mm-mm. He done sent
Nah, I did
everybody
that.
out.
Yeah. What's good, Andrew? Yes, sir. Yeah. Nah, I cut everybody. Nah, I kept people this time. I kept people like I kept the
Because
I kept
last time you got offered that job too, and you passed up Houston and you took St. Louis because you wanted to,
yeah, I ain't get St. Louis this time. I got like the Vikings.
and that's like before. That's before the dude with the glasses who was the coach. I forget his name. He was the coach when they went to the NFC title game. That was before him.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is like they don't have Moss anymore because he was on the Raiders. I got that job. Right. So I got that one. But I mean the Texans I won't say offer me more money,
Mm-hmm.
but the Bills offer me more years. So it's like
Oof.
five.
You wasn't going to Buffalo though.
Like no.
I
No.
wish I would love to see that. He would have turned JP Losman into a Pro Bowler.
Man, I would have fired everybody. Fuck that. Like, dude, like my whole thing is, man, I've used the Jimmy Johnson approach, right? What do we have that everybody wants? So at that particular time, they had Andre Johnson, right? On the Texans, should I say.
You got rid of him?
Hell yeah, I got rid of him.
Oh
Yeah.
no! Why did you do that? I know you need a draft capital and all that, but like, damn, like
Yeah. You know how much draft capital I got for Andre Johnson?
a first round pick and some seconds.
No, well, I should have got more seconds, but I just got 1, 2, and 3. That's it. Because I mean, you can't. They ain't have no extra seconds, so they just literally had 1, 2, and 3. But I got the first 3 picks, of their draft. So that's 2 first rounders. I got as 2 second rounders and 3, right? So for me, I was like, yo, this is perfect because as a defensive coach, I'm kind of doing it as I would with like, hey, say we went back to when they first drafted, right? So when they first started drafting, I was like, you got to take Julius Peppers, right? So for me in this particular draft, I'm thinking about who was really good, right?
Well, y'all did that in Baltimore, yeah. Y'all didn't take a quarterback when y'all first got to Baltimore, huh?
Yeah, we went Ogden and Ray Lewis. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. They should have did that because it
yeah,
obviously worked.
yeah. But I feel like their owner called down like, we need a franchise quarterback, so I want to draft David Carr. I'm like, yeah, but I mean, Julius Peppers was just playing like in the Elite Eight,
There's a
and he
lot
plays
better.
football.
There's so much more. There's so much less risk doing that. Like, why
Yeah,
not just do it? Like, what the hell's it gonna hurt? Like,
yeah. So for me personally, I just drafted. I drafted Ernie Sims number 1. Right, that was my first pick.
yeah, but he's good in simulation, like, but way better than real life than what he
Yeah,
was.
yeah, because like with Detroit, they didn't use him like they're supposed to. Like he was supposed to be a outside linebacker. He was almost supposed to be what Harold Perkins is.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's that fast. He's faster. He can keep up with Michael Vick. He can keep up with Donovan McNabb. He can guard your running back out the backfield. You can line him up left, right, back, middle, defensive end. You can do all of that because he's really, really fast, right? So that's why I drafted him. I think he was one. I ended up with the first 3 picks in the first round. I don't know how I did that because they ain't got no talent. Andre Johnson, because they started off naturally the game with the first overall pick. So they
Mm-hmm.
already had that. But the second pick was Andre Johnson when I traded him, right? Which is fine because we're going to suck anyway. So I was like, man, let me just make my defense stupid good. Stupid good. So I went Sims, number 1, Haloti Nada 2, and then Dante Whitner.
Dude, that's nasty.
So
That's
that's
grit. That's
so
grit.
that's so that's 3 levels of my defense done. And then the second round, I got Cromartie. He slipped all the way to second round. And then I got this guy, Ty Hill, who's like fast as shit. He was on my Rams. He ran like a 4.20 or something like that. Stupid fast, right? Cover skills not, but that's cool. We work on that. Put you in, all the drills and shit. But I need that 4.2. I need that. That don't grow on
put you on punt return.
I ain't have to do that. Why? I ain't have to do that. Why?
Shit, I used to do that with D'Angelo Hall.
No. You forgot. It was somebody else in that draft too.
Mm-hmm.
Devin Hester. I got him in the 5th, 4th round, something like that.
That's so unfair. He's like, haha, I know where everybody's gonna be. I'm just gonna take everybody.
I didn't know that because usually Devin Hester's gone in like 3. So he slipped to like 4. So I was like, cool. And then I think my last pick was like Stephen Tulloch or something like that. And he turned out to be pretty good. Like he's a serviceable linebacker. So I'm trying to mix and match my linebacker.
That'd be cool. Kind of curious to see how that goes.
Yeah, no. Because right now we just started. I didn't even play no game. This is right after the draft. So I gotta sign everybody, right? But I'm building the defense up to where it's like, what's a good defense? I guess you'd say the Ravens, right? 2000, right? You got every level of the defense that's really good, right? You got some young players that are really good, and you got a mixture of veterans, right?
Who's your quarterback?
Yeah, I don't know. It's Jeff George. Jeff George. Shit. We ain't worried about quarterback right now. I got 4 years to figure this shit out.
You should go get what year is that? It's like 05?
05, 06. Yeah, so that's like the Reggie Bush draft and shit.
You should just go get like Jeff Blake or something.
Shoot, man, I could David Carr. I was like, shit, man, you got to go.
I go get freaking Jeff Blake or something.
Shit, I don't know. We literally tanking right now. I just want my defense to be good, so it looks like we're going somewhere, and then we're just not completely.
Also, whether they don't try and fire you.
Yeah, like we gonna.
You ever been fired on there?
Once, but I was trying to do the long rebuild, right? So it's like no free agents, just draft.
Oh, so you was just trying to build. They're gonna kick you to the curb if you ain't hitting on the draft picks.
Yeah.
So you wasn't signing nobody in free agency.
I just went through the draft. I was trying to build through the draft. I signed.
Oh, you should be good. Well, you should be good on the salary cap then. Always.
Yeah.
That dude's like 80 million over the cap, like under the cap every year.
Once you get rid of some of the big fish on there, like them old dudes that be having them big old contracts and stuff. Once you get rid of them and like maybe second round picks, third, fourth, whatever. But once you get rid of that cap space, it's up there. And then you sign all your draft picks, and then you good. Like I said, but I'm just ready to get to that point where I can start making plays and shit. Like just figuring out how the fuck to use Ernie Sims, because that's the key. Figuring out how to use him, line him up over here, stand him up, put him behind the defensive tackle, right? So you pick which way you want to go. Like, shit's about to get real. Like I said, I know you got to work in the morning, but just tune in for a little bit.
I like watching the NFL coach stuff. It's tedious, but it's
that shit long, bro.
But see, that's why you be doing that. That's why when I get on like 2K5, like I can do the long rebuilds. But since you do that, that's why I always do like one season rebuilds. I'm like, well, who can I trade for to see like the best season that I could have with this? Or like 1 year, I'm like, we'll do it like hyper realistic. I won't sign nobody crazy. And then like I'll go to like Baltimore. I'm like, let's trade for Tom Brady. Like, who cares? Let's just see what happens.
Oh my God, Tom Brady on my
radar. I did. And we underperformed, unfortunately.
But I mean, on that Rams when I traded for Michael Vick, and we made the playoffs. But he had like 20 picks though.
I'd always trade for Vic because he was the easiest, like best guy to get, like trade wise. Like if I go to Carolina, I'd be like, let's do an in division trade. Give me freaking Michael Vick, and I'll give you Delhomme and like 2 first-round picks, and we'll just roll with that.
Yeah. It seemed like they was just like willing to give Michael Vick away.
Dude, it wasn't hard. Like people play like kids. Y'all watching now, or like people older. Like it's hard to trade for people. Like they would make it hard for you to trade for people back then. But like if you knew how to work the salary cap and you wasn't scared to just trade draft picks, you could get whoever you wanted damn near.
Yeah.
Sure. Dependent.
Yeah, but y'all tune in after the show, man. Probably be like an hour or so. Like I just stream through the morning. I ain't doing shit, so I just stream all night, just fucking around with the game and shit. Like I said, that's just what I do, man.
Bro,
Like,
he'll be playing, and I'll get up at like 6 or like 5. I'm like, damn, dude's still up. Shit. Well, your day is ending and mine is starting. Unfortunately,
yeah,
I would much
yeah,
rather be in that spot.
dude, man. Nah, bro, because for real, I like streaming. I do. I just sometimes I just be wanting to play, which
Yeah,
is
you
why
want
I
to.
turn. Yeah, which is why I turn my camera off sometimes, and then you just see the game plan. Because sometimes that's all I really want to do. I don't really want to be talking and shit like that. I say it's cool, but I just like playing. I don't really like that part of streaming for real. But but in terms of playing, I love that shit. I play it all day. Shit, man. I went through like 7 years on NCAA football one time in one evening. So like
Was that like that 9-10 hour stream you did?
no. That was actually NFL head coach. Like I could have went at least like 15 hours that night, but I didn't have this set up yet. So I was in the living room, and of course, when you have a spouse say like, I want to watch television. You. So, but no. But all right, you guys, man, we gotta get up out of here, man. It's like the longest outro ever. But hey, we will see y'all next Sunday, same time, same place, same uniforms. Well, not same uniforms, but y'all get it. It'll probably be Patriots and Ravens if y'all see it. So, but we'll see y'all later, and peace.
Peace. Deuces.